to get started, folks.
Washington's 106.7 WJFK. Here starts Ron and Fez.
Okay, good. You're in for that, right?
Ron and Fez.
Here's Mikey D. Mikey.
Hello?
Mikey.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm very hurt, guys.
Seriously, I'm very sorry.
Happy birthday.
It's a little late, Fezzy. It's a little late.
Surprise.
Surprise. Well, all I ask, I'm not a guy who wants a party,
Right.
gifts. All I ask is for somebody to say, hey, we remember you. Happy birthday.
We do remember you just a couple days later.
Well, that's the way it goes, Ronnie, I guess, I was speaking to Fez on Saturday morning a little.
Were you giving him hints?
None at all.
Yeah, you should have.
Fezzy, you should know. You should know that it's my birthday.
I'm the type of person, I got a birthday coming up. I let everyone know a week out, ahead of time, and a week after.
I don't
I'm not
forget
getting
anybody's
anything this
birthday.
year.
Always email
What?
or call. Christmas, New Year's, I'm always there.
You are. He's really good at dates. I'm bad at dates.
Me too.
I don't know, man. I thought that maybe you would remember, though, my birthday. Again.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you go out to Blockbuster, pick yourself out a nice DVD, and Fez will mail you a check from both of us. So get one of the classics, one of those $9.95 classics. I know you like Bogart, right?
Yeah, I like Bogart.
Yeah,
Well, get yourself a nice $9.95 Bogart.
Right, stay away from the collector's editions. They're rip-offs anyway.
I know, and no extras. Get yourself one of that black and white, no extras.
Full screen.
I got Big Top Pee-wee Herman thing. Big Top Pee-wee for a DVD for my birthday.
What'd that cost?
I don't know.
That's a little too current for what Fez and I want to get you.
But, well, if you saw it, then you would see how, depressed I am from the whole thing.
All right.
Just
Fez,
everything.
Fez, I feel like you're the date calendar between me and you. That's kind of your position here.
Well, I came close.
I told you.
Late, Fezzy. You're 2
I
days
told
late.
you.
Huh?
I told Fez.
Are you sure it's not May?
No, it's not May.
Why don't we do something like that for you, like a summer birthday?
That's Rory's birthday in May.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, last year we got him a motorbike.
Yeah. What did I get?
One of them, those Vespas that he likes so much.
You're getting an old Bogart film.
Yeah, that's nice.
Of your choosing.
Believe me, I don't get emails back answered from Fezzy. I don't expect a check.
Wow. Fez, everyone complains you don't email back.
I never see anyone say, please reply in these emails.
Well, that's what it means. I always send you a nice link.
And I appreciate it.
I try to be nice. I always remember. Again, no worries. What are you going to do? It's just my birthday.
All right.
Mikey, I wish I could talk to you a little longer. Rory's on the other line, and Fez is taking him to Hawaii.
That's great. Fezzy, God bless you, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mikey D, to make it up for you, don't tell me happy birthday till like April 2nd or 3rd.
Well, April 4th is Billy's birthday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to get my plane tickets.
See? I know. I remember.
All right, Mikey.
All right, guys.
See, this memory is a curse of yours.
I just don't think guys should make other guys remember their birthdays. It's a girl thing.
It's not a girl thing. Again, I don't want a gift. I just want somebody to say, hey, I remember you, baby.
Well, we are, baby. We're just remembering a couple days later.
Mikey, do you take your birthday off of work? Is that your type thing, or do you actually work on your birthday?
I've never worked on my birthday. I've always taken it off.
What's that, Fez?
Nothing.
Well, what we're saying is this, Mikey.
See, Fezzy, now you're trying to get funny.
Yeah. Why don't you do this, Mikey? Make today a wonderful day.
It's already been the worst.
Now's the best time.
I've gone to the doctor. I had to shovel snow. It's beautiful.
Now's the best time to turn it around.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Why don't you go to the Hallmark store and look at a funny card and then just think that's from me and Fez?
You know what? I'll do that and I'll send you the receipt.
Don't buy it. Just look at it right there in the store.
Oh, you don't want me to buy it?
No.
No, just put it back in there.
Oh, okay. All right. if that's what you want.
And while you're at it, look at a nice Easter card for yourself, too.
That's not until May 1st. I'm late this year.
Dang, Greek.
Ooh, he's late.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey, we got to take a break.
Just like you guys, 2 days late.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mikey D.
All right, well, it's just me.
Well, no harm, no foul.
I guess not.
The beauty of it is it's all forgotten about.
We forgot all about it.
Let's forget about the fight. Let's forget about the birthday. Let's put it all out of our mind. Let's make 05 a great year.
When was it exactly? The 6th?
Yes.
Sunday.
Yeah.
The 6th.
Man, I should have thought of that. I was hanging out with Hawk. We were having some beers, and I said, is there something we're forgetting, Hawk?
Were you hanging out with Hawk?
Yeah.
Because I've been talking to Hawk. He didn't call me. Nothing from him. Because he was with you.
Well, who called you?
No one. Not even Billy.
I tried to. It was busy.
I'm sure you did.
Billy's not available on weekends. All right, we got to go, Mikey.
Expect Robert Blake to call you then.
Hey, happy birthday. Many more years of the same.
Yeah, 2 more days late.
Okay, see you later.
All right.
Happy March 8th.
Thank you.
All right, that was awkward.
Yeah.
He took it better than I thought he would. But at least it's done now. Better than 3 days late. Or 4 days late.
I see a sequel to Boy Named Tim coming out.
I will,
Birthday boy named Tim.
Why don't we come back with that song, something by the AM Project?
That should do it.
I'll tell you this, you pick at the scab. When somebody has hurt feelings, you pick at the scab, Fez. You're a picker.
I try to get them to laugh their way through it, Ronnie.
I don't think they do. You are a picker.
White people are so scared of black.
Picker!
That's just mean to say.
Picker!
You deserve that. And then, so I had that problem that I had to deal with. Plus, we forgot Mikey D's birthday.
Right.
And so I went ahead and called him up to do my apology call.
Right, how'd that go?
Not good, Ronnie. Not good at all. He was not cutting me a break whatsoever. I apologized for missing his birthday, being 2 days late, and he wasn't cutting me any slack whatsoever.
What went down? Give me some specifics.
Yeah, well, I said, hey, I'm really sorry, and then he just kept going, I thought you would have called. There was never any of that, hey, that's okay, man, I understand, things come up, people get preoccupied. Never got any of that. Just shocked that we didn't call. Really upset that no one on the RonFez.net message board mentioned his birthday.
Maybe because he's 41 and not 3. You know what I'm saying? There's a time where you stop making a big deal about your birthday. I say 13 is the time that you stop putting up balloons and acting like a baby with it.
Really upset that his teenage nephews didn't call him for his birthday.
Well, you can't blame that on us.
Yeah.
Maybe on you down there at the Neverland Junior.
So it was just kind of like us not calling him kind of piled on top of that. And just still really upset about it. And the way we left it, I think he's done with us. That's what I think.
Look,
I think we're out of his life.
I'm going to say the
truth.
That's
my opinion.
If anybody wants to be a friend of mine, I can't remember dates. Christmas, I'm not even all that sure about. So I don't, if my chick wants to go out for her birthday, which is the same days as Mikey's, she's got to say, hey, I got a birthday coming up. And then I'll go help yourself to something out of the wallet, honey. You know how I feel about it.
Sure.
Go grab the wallet, close your eyes, reach in and see what you can grab.
Well,
and that's a beautiful... That's as far as I can come across.
I tried every which way to apologize. None of them were accepted.
I have no idea when Dubs' birthday is, Hefe's. I know you got one coming up because you talk about it, but I couldn't tell you the actual date.
Well, that's my thing. That's what I told him last night. I got a birthday coming up March 31st. I want people to remember my birthday, so I announced it.
That's why you're going to bring in the blindfold and you're going to go through the wallet that night.
Right.
Make sure you call me before so I know to get a lot of ones.
Hey.
Load up on the ones.
It's blind injustice.
There'll be a 20 in there. You can only take out. There are going to be 20 ones and 120. You can pick twice.
I can do is $21.
That's great. Leave it with $21. I'd be happy.
So I just, I didn't know what else to do. I mean, there was, at that point, I've already messed up. What do I do from there?
What man remembers another man's birthday?
Mikey D. He rattled off everybody's birthday that we know.
He's never told me happy birthday. If my chick told me happy birthday, I'd give her a smack in the chops for it. I don't want to hear that.
I'd say, really? Oh, thank you.
And he talked about how, like, he was online with different people, like before his birthday, and he just wanted to scream out, like, tomorrow's my birthday.
Well, then do it.
He should have. That's the only way.
So he's mad at you.
Yeah, and you.
Why me?
Because you didn't remember it either.
You're the chick in this relationship. You have to remember.
I'm willing to accept my portion of the blame. I may be as much as fault as anybody.
No, I'm saying there is no blame to go around because men don't make a big deal about their birthday, and they certainly don't hold their friends to it. All right, here's Mikey D. Mikey.
Hey.
Mikey, you got to stop.
See? That's what I got last night.
You got to stop this.
All I wanted was an email. That's it. That's all.
No one is going to remember your birthday.
Why shouldn't they? You guys should remember my birthday.
It's not going to happen, Mikey.
Well,
seriously, I can't be friends if that's the criteria. It's too much pressure for me. Dubs, do you know Hefe's birthday?
I have no idea. It's February, right?
Yes, you ass.
Then you missed it.
I got him something, but he brought it up like a couple weeks ahead, and
yeah,
but you're not supposed to bring it up. You're supposed to, so friends are supposed to remember.
We're not friends then. That's the thing that you got to say to yourself. We're not your friend.
Apparently it's coming through.
Yeah. Because that's too much to ask.
How that's not too much to ask. We share a common ground. I'm feeling a little depressed because now I'm, driving peanuts around, and
What's he talking about?
He sells peanuts at the clubs now.
I had no idea.
I have the back of the Pathfinder full of peanuts. I just came back from a peanut run.
Well, isn't that a good thing? You're working.
I'm picking up, I'm dropping off peanuts, but and I'm.
But that's not our fault. And last night I had the peppermint squirts and couldn't explain it enough to you.
That's not your fault. But the thing is, I'm feeling a little out of it. I'm feeling a little down. What a big pick me upper would have been.
Why don't you smoke a joint like you normally do every night before you go to bed?
A big down and outer.
And then maybe I should then write to myself on the email saying, happy birthday, love Ronnie, or love Fez. And say, hey, I got it.
First of all, I wouldn't write love to another man. Second of all, I don't like the birthday thing for adults. I think it's wrong.
Well, again...
He was upset that he had to remind that band that he's in that it was his birthday the next week.
You're in a band, Mikey?
Yeah, the Crankcase.
Huh?
We're still around, baby.
I thought that dream ended.
No, that dream still goes on.
The dream ended, the music won't.
So I canceled rehearsal, and they didn't know why I was canceling, and I said that I finally fessed up, and I said it was my birthday. I didn't get any calls.
Why should you?
And if your own relatives, like your nephews, aren't calling you, why should we?
And then my brother tells me, did you get the card? And I go, no. And he goes, oh, we sent it about a week ago. Yeah, sure.
I don't hear from my parents on my birthday. I don't hear from my brothers and sisters. I have two sisters, I had to remember. But I don't hear from them. They don't hear from me on theirs. Because we're adults.
But it's a nice thing.
And it's too much responsibility.
That's the way I am. That's me.
All right, well, I guess it can't work out then.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Because
it's too much. It's too much pressure to put on Fez.
He has to remember that. Put it on the calendar.
No, there's no calendar. What male has a calendar?
I don't have a calendar.
Mikey D's birthday. Put it on your computer as a reminder.
I don't have that thing, do I?
Sure you do.
No, they don't have that yet.
It pops up.
I'm not.
That's futuristic. The only thing I could do is put it on a scrolling screensaver.
Do that. This way next year maybe you won't forget.
I never read my screensavers.
Mikey, I'm going to tell you right now. It's not going to happen.
You're going to forget.
And you've lost any cool points that you have with me over this situation. Especially when Fez felt bad about it. You don't need to be making him feel bad. He's sensitive.
And then there's nothing I could do about it,
He sends your kids something all the time. What do we send them, Fez?
She got incredible toys for Christmas.
Nice things.
Yeah, she did.
That should make you think Fez is a nice person. Not, he forgot my birthday.
I can't post-date an email. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. And you're still upset. I think you're even more upset.
You should live in shame for what you did to this man, who's been nothing but kind to you.
He ran off on me last night. He had to go.
Yes, I had to go lose 50 peppermint patties.
Was it minty fresh?
Seriously, Mikey, this is too needy. It's honestly too needy.
It's frightening is what it is.
It's one thing.
You need to apologize.
Me?
Maybe we could drop this.
I'm going to apologize.
It's chick talk.
It really is chick talk. No, you know what? I don't even know adult chicks that do this with each other. I honestly think after 12, you shouldn't even expect any presents from anybody in your family other than your parents.
I didn't want presents.
Or a memory. It's stupid.
Just a memory.
No.
A little thing to say, hey.
I can't do it. I know a lot of people. What am I supposed to do? No Paulo's birthday? Crazy Jen's? You know, the next thing I know, this thing has snowballed, Fezzy, and I'm on the phone constantly like a clown.
Paulo, September 9th. Crazy Jen's, May 24th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. We took them to the ball game.
Right.
See?
Whatever. The point is, Mike,
See?
you don't make a big deal out of it.
You know, it's me. That's why.
Well, you're not going to have friends with that attitude.
I guess I'm not.
Hey, Matt, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, guys. I think that after you're a little child, you should only celebrate 3 birthdays, and that's 16, 18, and 21. And after 21, there's no point. 21's the big one anyways. After that.
Yeah, remember how disappointed when you were when you turned like 19 or 20 because you couldn't do anything new? You know what I mean?
Oh, right, yeah.
I remember at least 16, you're driving. 18, you can, buy cigarettes. And 21, you're going out drinking, and that's it.
March 31st is my birthday. I'll be 25, and I'm looking forward to be able to rent a car.
25
25th
stone.
anniversary of your 25th birthday.
I did a little British humor your way. All right, you see, Mikey, no one's going to agree with you on this. It's too crazy talk.
Well, then the whole business of Hallmark will go out of business.
Good. I hate the Hallmark thing. Those things are like $3.50 now.
Oh, they're unbelievably expensive.
And they're very unfunny.
A card, maybe. An email with a smiley face. Hey, that's all.
I don't know how to use those little fonts.
Yeah.
Seriously, no one is going to remember. You got to get that through your head, Mikey. There's too many things in the world that come up. Or you could do what Fez does, warn everybody, instead of, I'm going to test Fez's friendship and see if he remembers me. I'm going to tell you the truth, and this is a complete shoot. I really feel bad that you got him upset about this.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm upset.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Fez for the way you made him go to bed crying last night.
Were you crying, Fez?
Yeah, crying in my own waist.
Scott, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I think if you get pimp-slapped by a Wonder Boy in public, you stop celebrating life altogether. And
yeah, that's true. That's what, Mikey, that's one thing that I haven't forgotten. You ruining last year's St. Pat's spat.
Can he go to the big-ass prize closet?
Yeah, sure.
Can we get a cowbell, J-Dub?
Yeah. That's what happens when people start remembering things, Mikey.
Yeah, well, I
For
guess...
2 months, you acted like you could fight. You went in there, you covered up and let basically a meth head beat you up.
The last thing you want is people having a memory.
Yeah, loser.
Hefe's here.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Ella.
Here's a Catwoman. You're on Fez.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez. Hi, Mikey. How you doing?
Hi.
2 things. One, Mikey D, happy birthday, belated, but with much love. I've got something to tell you. I'm really a good friend of yours, and I need to let you know your tampon string is showing.
Oh,
no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, she did.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, yes, she did.
That's nice.
And why do you want people to write on a message board that you had a birthday?
Usually they do. So I was surprised that this year they didn't. And surprised and, quite frankly, disappointed. That's just the way I felt. I thought somebody would remember. It's as if I'm gone.
I really don't...
So you expected to just, bling, 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 email after email coming in and the phone ringing off the hook at the same time?
Well, he's 4. Why wouldn't he expect that? It's the biggest day of his life.
No, I mean, I don't expect, 1,000 things, but, from friends and relatives, you figure...
Mikey, I'll call you when I need peanuts and not a day before.
I guess, well, I have plenty of those now. Mixed nuts, peanuts, whatever you want.
How's that business working out for you?
How's it? It's working good, except for the peanut part. Now I'm delivering peanuts.
Well, you got to give them something. They're not going to buy it.
Well, I have to do all that. I got to do that. I got to drive it there. I just am loading it up in the office on the 9th floor tonight. This is what happens. And, you know, again, I could have a little spring in my step
It ain't going to happen, Mikey.
if you remembered my birthday.
Did you bring that up to your chick?
What, about my birthday?
Yeah, that we forgot?
Oh, yeah.
And what'd she say? Stop being a girl?
She kind of said, you know, forget about it.
She found herself in a lesbian relationship.
Well, that's not, that's not unusual. But, I mean, she just kind of gave it to me, too, saying, hey, forget about it, you know, whatever.
You're an adult male.
She also, like, backs off because I can attack her at any moment, you know, screaming and yelling about it.
Why are you screaming and yelling at people?
On your birthday.
By the way, how's she doing on the diet, okay?
Has Showtime called yet?
She lost, I think, about 6 pounds at this point.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you know, after 5 weeks. It's a pound a week.
It's a pound a week. Where do you...
So I got to wait, like, almost a year.
Keep her away from the nuts.
I know, you got nuts packed up in the house. Of course she's dipping them in chocolate and enjoying herself.
That's for sure. I see that when I wake up in the morning.
I just stop it, Mikey.
Should I just stop? I don't want to not be friends because of this.
Why would we be friends with you after what you did to Fez? And what you try to make us feel guilty about a date we don't even know.
You should know it. That's what
It ain't going to happen, Mikey.
All right, so
it's not going to happen. I couldn't tell you my kids' birthdays right now. I couldn't tell you any anniversaries. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah, but I'm like that.
Then you be like that, but don't act like male society has to live by those rules.
I don't see where it's not bad for something like that, you know, to remember it.
You've got to send out a reminder then on the actual day.
I'm not. Oh, I will never, ever.
Right, just reply.
I'm at the point I will never remember his birthday.
On purpose.
And you were a guy I would have given an appendix to or whatever you give people. Spleens or whatever you need.
Kidney.
Whatever. I don't know. I know. You get nothing from me now.
Who would need an appendix?
Like I care now, Fez. He can live without one. You know I make mistakes. You know that. Why can't you be there for me? I stuck up for you. This whole thing's about you being upset about this. That's where I am.
Well, I was upset because there's nothing I can do now.
Well,
I can't fix it, and he's not letting me off the hook.
Well,
he's piling on.
Here's Irvin, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez.
Yeah.
Hey, who's the biggest baby here, Lenay or Daddy? You know, it's all about Mikey.
I like the way you rhymed Lenay and Daddy.
Well, that was, it just happened. But, every time he gets on the phone with you all, it's always whining about something.
It's tough to be his friend. It's very difficult to be his friend.
You know,
it's a lot of work. It's high maintenance.
Yeah.
Now, this Friday is Paranoid's birthday.
Right.
And we're doing something for him at Friday Night Lights. You want to piggyback on that, Mikey?
What, with,
on Paranoid's birthday?
No, I don't.
We'll just write in and Mikey, too, on the cake.
No, just keep it for Paranoid.
I can get some ice. I don't want to ruin his other surprises, but I can add on, Mikey D on the cake. That's easy enough.
I don't want to step on Pep.
Hey, D, you're on Fez.
My girl parts hurt. They're aching.
Now the prize closet.
Prize closet! Big ass prize closet!
See, it seems everyone's getting something.
You want to apologize
on
to
my
Fezzy?
expense.
You want to apologize to Fezzy and we can drop this?
No.
My stomach hurt so bad last night from eating all that candy. Then it hurt from heartache.
All I heard was no. That's all I need to hear.
That's what I got.
That wasn't my fault you ate 50 peppermint patties.
No, that's not what that's about, Mikey. You know Fez is sensitive.
I'm sensitive.
Even though he attacked me on the appendix thing. I'm sorry, Fez. I didn't get to go to some kind of doctor school like you did. I don't know all the body parts like you do.
I thought maybe there was a new procedure I wasn't up to steam on.
Well, saying up to steam means you're not really current. We haven't used steam in this country in a long time. Mikey?
Yes.
You went and you hurt some people that liked you. I want you to think about that tonight. Say that into your audio diary.
I guess I will.
All right. See you later.
All right.
Bye, Mikey.
And when I say see you later, I mean in hell.
In hell?
Where every day's your birthday.
Everybody's here tonight. Somebody wanted to say happy birthday to you. Say surprise guest.
You're my first, my last, my everything, Fezzy.
It's Mikey D.
I can't get enough of your love.
Mikey D, what are you up to?
Hello?
Yes.
Fezzy.
What's up, Mikey D?
Oh, man, how'd you know? I just wanted to say happy birthday, Fezzy. And I'm sorry.
Well, I appreciate that.
Sorry for what?
Sorry for everything, my friend.
Sorry for what, Mikey?
I'm sorry for being a jerk.
What did you do wrong?
Everything.
How did you do everything wrong?
I'm just a jerk at times.
What's going on between you two guys that I don't know about?
All I know is this has been going on for just about a month now.
About a month. You're absolutely right, Fezzy. You're absolutely right. And you know what, man? I'm really sorry. I love you. I love you, and I wish you a very, very happy birthday.
You know, just so everyone knows, you know, I'll admit this. I forgot Mikey D's birthday.
When was it?
Early March.
March 6th.
I told him that off the air. Would he let me off the hook? No. No, not whatsoever. And now, as this month progressed, I have been through, personally, professionally, through the worst month of my life.
Really? Been a rough month for you.
Where it's been absolutely insane. I had to sit there and watch and get a call every day that my grandmother was passing away.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Fezzy?
She held... No, you let me talk.
I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry.
She held on through every day this month. And I had to deal with it every day. Every day I got a call saying this was the last day. Ronnie, you know that.
I know that, man.
And I wasn't allowed to deal with that.
No.
I had to worry about someone else's birthday. I had to worry about thinking about other people. And besides the things that are going on with me and Ronnie, which...
Keep those quiet.
I'm going to keep those quiet, but you know, it's quiet on the air.
Right, quiet on the air.
But, you know, just a nightmare on the air.
Right.
A phone call every day. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to make a decision.
Right, I know.
You got to do this. You got to do that.
Right, we're going to keep that off the air because Giant Brian's here and he runs a gossip column.
Exactly. And it's been going on for a month now.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you know, it's like me and Ronnie are like, yeah, there's things we want to do. There's things we'd like to do.
Right, okay.
You know?
And, right, we'll talk about that all later.
And eventually, you know, it'll all happen.
Right.
And Ronnie watched out for me throughout this entire month. I can't ask for a best friend, a better friend that watched out for me and said, you know, I understand this is going on. Well, this is going on. And you know what? You take care of what you got to take care of. And Mikey, I swear to you in heaven, you never cut me slack once during this month. That has probably been the worst month of my life. You never cut me slack once.
Okay, Fez, why don't we do this? Because a lot of this, I know you've had a lot of stress.
And this has been the worst month of my life.
I know, buddy.
And somehow through some irony of God, through some joke that he finds funny, that the Supreme Being finds funny, my birthday ends up at the end of this month that I have had the most brutal time of. I'm supposed to sit here and take, and drink and have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And, act like nothing's happened whatsoever.
I know, buddy. Here's what
I have been brutalized through this month, and you never, ever got me 1 ounce of slack. Not once did you ever say, hey, I'm here for you. It was always, hey, I'm here for me.
Okay. Also, Fezzy.
And this was... Go ahead, Ronnie.
I just want you to know that no matter what, a lot of this is because you're drinking and you have had a hard month. And I just want you to...
It's been the most brutal month of my life.
I know it has, buddy. And
no one knows what I've been through.
I know, pal. I know that, buddy.
Other than you, no one knows what I've been through.
I know, pal. And
I have sat in here every night that I could.
I know.
I came back here Tuesday night and made every joke possible, talked about my grandmother as a candy dish, just so I could get through this.
I know, pal.
And I haven't been cut one bit of slack from this guy.
Come on, man. Come here. I know. Forget that. That's okay.
I'm sorry, Fezzy. I should have known better.
Great job.
I'm
You do
sorry.
a great job.
I have done everything I could
Why don't you
to do this job and get through my life.
Okay, so...
And it's just not working together.
I know it's not, but it's going to. And everybody's sorry about your grandmother, and some people don't even know how much she meant to you.
And, and it's like, I'm sure there are people who are like, hey, what the hell? She was 99.
Right.
No big deal. Like it was, it's like you gotta expect it. You gotta, and you know what? We didn't expect it.
I know, buddy.
We didn't expect it. She's been with us forever.
I know, and you love her very much, and she loves you. She does. And Mikey, this is probably not even the best time, but you guys should probably, talk about it another time.
And I got someone who's worried about his own problems.
I know.
I understand, Ron.
I could care less. I could effing care less.
All right, Mikey.
Okay, man.
Sometimes you got to get things off your chest.
I don't know if I did or not.
You did. Believe me.
I would assume we did.
Yeah. But look, even though I know how rough the last month's been for you, look around the thing, and most of these people you've met over the last year, and these are people that care enough about you to show up, and life does go on, and good things do happen.
I so appreciate everyone in this room tonight. Everyone who, who just said, you know what? I just want to be positive. I just want to, say hey to Fez.
Right.
Not ask anything of him. Not say, hey, this is about me, not you.
Right.
It's not even about me.
I know.
But it was just the most difficult week of my life. And the weird thing was, Ronnie, didn't expect it.
I know.
To be the most difficult week of my life. When someone's almost 99 years old, you're like, hey, that's life.
Yeah.
Hey, great life. Way to go. You lived that long.
But it doesn't mean that you don't miss them and that you don't love them.
And just such a huge, even in the past, 9 months when she was, so out of it and stuff, she was just so totally part of our lives. And I'm talking about my grandmother.
Right. I know how much this has meant to you. And you have been a professional. You come in here and you're funny every single night, Fez.
I did every night that I thought I could possibly do.
I know.
And, I came in here this week and I said, and my only thought in my head was, let me get through this week.
Right.
Let me come in, do my job. Let me use that 4 hours as a distraction and get through this week. And some people had to make it even harder on me. And we just hung up on that person. And it's not easy whatsoever.
But here's the thing, and I'm not going to protect Mikey, but he's going to talk to you about this later. I told him you were going through a lot of stuff. I don't think he's aware. He lives in a different place and all, and he doesn't know everything is happening.
It's just brutal. I didn't want to come back this week.
I know you didn't.
But I felt obligated. I felt like I had to do my job.
Right.
I felt like I had to be here for you and just do what was right. Just do what she would have wanted me to.
And that's exactly true, too, of her.
And I just don't understand how some people don't understand that.
Well, the beauty of it is...
I don't get it. I just don't get it. How some people can't understand that. And here's the thing. Just so everyone knows, I'm the first one in my family to move away.
Right.
Everyone else in my family is there in Pinellas Park, Florida. Everyone else was there with my grandmother when it was time to happen. My father retired tonight after all his years of work, and I couldn't be there.
Right.
And it's not easy to be the one that's not there. And for someone else to come along and just accuse me of forgetting his birthday, of someone else to accuse me of, being selfish with my feelings, it's absolutely more than I could take, because there's nothing more in the world. When my grandmother got buried on Monday. I stayed there. I flew back to Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. Here's the thing. My grandmother, almost 90 years old. That's cool. I say goodbye to her. We settled things. But I had to leave my family.
I know.
When they were at their absolute weakest. They had already lost someone, and then I had to look them in the eye and say, well, I'm off to D.C.
Right. Well,
all of that is on my conscience.
I know, buddy.
And for someone to say, for someone to make me feel guilty about what's going on my birthday, when, trust me, is this the place I want to be? Is this the place I should be? Probably not. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Well, buddy, we're going to wrap it up tonight. And maybe, you needed to get some of this stuff off your chest. Maybe,
yeah,
and
probably.
I was thinking, well, you almost made it to the end of another show, but...
I got close.
Yeah, every year, you almost make it to the end before the wheels come off.
And then I have to start sputtering and, letting everyone know what I really feel.
Well, this year... You're not in the gutter, and your foot's not in the sewer, so every year it's getting a little better.
Exactly. Every year not in the gutter is a year better. Just remember that, people.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up tonight. I'm going to give you your keys, let you drive home.
Thank you. It's a straight line. It's Lee Highway. It's not a big deal.
Still, I'm worried. Drive fast. Call me when you get home, because you don't know how I worry.
I'm not even going to turn on the headlights so they don't even see me out there.
Smart. That's smart. All right, so it's happy birthday to Fez.
Yeah, it's a effing great one.
Luckily, Mikey didn't call it 7. Or
this would have happened beyond, right there at the beginning.
We would have had 4 hours.
Yeah.
But anyway, probably was good for you. Was good for you.
I hope so.
And
the big thing is I won't remember it tomorrow.
Oh, the listeners will bring it up to you. Don't worry about that. I'm sure that damn Mikey boy's putting it on some kind of JPEG, MP3, whatever the hell.
We got Lois Lane in here writing things down.
I'm Ron Bennington Incorporated. With me tonight, Fez Whatley Incorporated.
Hiya, buddies. Incorporated.
And it's Friday night, the night after Fez's birthday, so that means he'll be drinking highballs throughout the night.
Never again. Again, I'm swearing off drink.
Well, I will say this about you, Fez. I don't know whether hard liquor is your forte.
No, as much as I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
It's just some things I just have to accept. I'm never going to play in the NFL.
Seriously.
I'm never going to sing.
You're definitely AAA at best when it comes to your skills in drinking. I'm sure that you're okay at a pool bar with a couple of beers. But how many cocktails did you have last night?
Oh, I don't even remember. I seriously don't. I remember I think, but by the end of the night, it was all Seagrams and no 7.
Yeah. And, everything was bright and sunny and fun. And normally you go out and we hear the Nature Boy or some kind of bragging about your home state of Florida. Something that we all laugh and off we go.
Sure.
And last night, as we end a 4-hour Fez drinking show, I think the best term to call it would be meltdown.
Yeah, I know what I did, but I don't know how I did it or exactly what I did.
Yeah, just keep it that way. It's best not to know the exacts for you.
The only things I remember is I know Hawk called.
Yeah.
And our intern was saying something about wanting to go to a wedding dressed as Queen Latifah in a beauty shop.
Well, I know with a night show, not everybody listens to all 4 hours. You'd have to be insane. But the people who stuck around really got to see the fireworks go off.
They got their payoff.
Fez has been going through a rough time lately. He's lost his grandmother. And I guess, is it the first close person in your life to lose, Fez, or is it adult?
I've lost other grandparents, but that was like when I was a kid, like in high school. Right. I was still in high school and it was so long ago.
And now you have the whole mortality thing, when as the years go by, it's like when you're a little kid, you're thinking, well, okay, old people die. But when you're an adult and you lose somebody, all kinds of triggers go off.
Well, that was my biggest fear going into Y2K when we changed centuries, because I remember telling you, this is the century where we're going to die. You kind of saw the 1900s as a free pass. Wherever you were born in the 1900s, that was a free pass to the 21st century.
So as he's drinking and opening presents and friends are coming in and everything is just wonderful, almost make it to the end of the show, as we do with you.
I remember seeing the clock being and saying 10:30.
Yeah. Everything was fine till 10:30. As a matter of fact, even the last break as the song was playing, the guys held the door so you couldn't get back in as the song was coming on and you were pushing at the door. Do you remember that?
No. I wanted back in?
Yeah. No. This was for the last break. Everything was like happy time. So when you were out in the hall, holding court, and as the bumper music goes on, I think I said to Bobo or somebody, oh, here comes Fez, don't let him in right away. And they're like holding the door and you're pushing, and it's all just horsing around.
Fun hijinks.
Yeah, it is.
Birthday antics.
Yeah.
Great.
It's had a real football camp about the whole thing. And then the next thing I know, Mikey D calls and
that was a mistake.
The S hit the fan. And that took you into a spiral. I would call it a spiral.
I'd be there with you, an emotional spiral.
Yeah.
Just caught in the whirlpool.
Which, because I guess you've not really dealt with all your emotions, and the evil alcohol does bring those emotions right out. They all just came spilling out on the air last night.
7 and 7 equals meltdown.
See, I come from an Irish Catholic family. That's what the wake is like. You're Lutheran. You guys don't drink at your wakes. You don't, I guess you don't punch your uncles as much as we do.
No.
In our family, there would always be, at every wake, a chair would fly across the room at one of the uncles. All the cousins would take and then we'd all go at it. We'd have a big fight. And then later, everybody would feel better. By the way, these phone lines aren't working at all. I don't know what's up on the computer, but, I mean, I can see that the phones are ringing, but nothing's showing up on the computer. I would just say it's a lack of Keisha. So that hit you last night.
Yeah, because, when I went home for the funeral and the wake and everything, I didn't show any emotion throughout the same thing. Right. I mean, I was doing casket jokes and stuff, and I never cried during the funeral when everyone else around me was losing it.
Right. Now, why did you do that on purpose? Were you like, I'm Fez Whatley the man?
No, it felt right to do.
Yeah.
It felt right to, to just stay dry-eyed.
Yeah.
And, it just wasn't hitting me at those times.
Right.
Maybe I was just turning it all off.
Yeah, right. Well, people do that sometimes. And this was like the first time you got hammered since.
Yeah, yep.
And I guess you and Mikey's had this little beef going back and forth.
For a month now.
Yeah, that's been for a month now. And then I guess he waited till right at the end of the show to call.
I think.
And he started it into, not that I'm saying it's all his fault, but he started. He went from being a happy night to Fez, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like right away it had to be, spotlight on Mikey.
Yeah,
as he does.
Because as I went through all, as you go through things like this, you find out what people are really about. Ronnie looks out for me more than a person should have to. And that just, shines there in this past week. My brother Corky had things that he didn't want to do, that he didn't think he could do, and he came through and did it when it was time.
Right.
Other people can't get past their own self-involvement.
Right.
To see any other person's picture of the world.
So, I guess all that came spinning off, and then how bad you felt about losing your grandmother, and you were upset about, your family. You had to leave them when they were still mourning, and it all just hit you like a ton of bricks, quite frankly.
Like someone threw ice in my drink at me.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly.
Like someone threw a drink in my face.
Now, the odd thing is, this is one of the few jobs where you can say, hey, that was really good. And even though it was bad, like if you had any other kind of job, if you were an accountant, there might be some kind of problem. But, I mean.
Yeah, if I did this at the Walmart, forget it. They're taking my blue vest off of me.
Right. You had this, incredible emotional breakdown, and we were all just going, wow, whew. Not bad at all. I'd like to see more of that on the show. You know what I mean? It was like, I hate to say it was like a reality TV thing when somebody, what I thought about it was like if you ever watched wrestling, when somebody would actually shoot, when you knew this was no longer a funny bit for the show, but just shooting from the hip.
That's what it felt like. And then this morning it was just one of those things where it's like, all right, another day where I ended the party bad and I have to go gather up my belongings wherever they may be.
Well, yeah, you left all your presents here. Everything was a mess. And the thing that, everybody really missed was the after show effect of Fez being at my house and dry heaving for a good 2 hours. And then I have to do the thing of making sure I'm getting him on his belly to sleep. It always comes down to, I think you're more comfortable on your belly, Fez.
No.
I can't have a death in the house. That's my main concern right now. You can
just drive me back to the studio.
Oh yeah. Well, I did.
Drive the body back.
That was at what time this morning? 6:30 or 7?
Yeah.
Driving through the fog to get you your car. Yeah, you're right. I'm a hell of a friend.
See it? I do get up early.
You do. My chick's going like this. Hey, could you take Fez to get his car? I'm like, what? What time is it? It's barely light.
At least I kept all the buttons on my shirt this time.
You did. And believe me,
it's an improvement.
There was not even a problem of you being too drunk until like the last 15 minutes of the show. All right, no, I'm not even going to read that email to you. It's about something you did 2 drunks before. It basically says this: the only people who felt good about last night are the local Tampa Bay news anchors. Because a couple of drunks ago, you went off on the news people that you grew up with.
Yeah, not even the ones that are still working there.
Yeah, the ones from 1978.
That have retired and died since.
So you don't know what you're going to get when Auntie Fez has a little too much of the boohoo juice.
But I appreciated everyone stopping by and all the nice phone calls.
Oh, that was the beautiful
and the nice presents. That was great.
So from sitting next to you, and we just had a packed studio of people that just generally love Fez, and they go out and meet him on Friday nights after the show. And I just looked up at just oil painting of shocked faces where you couldn't even see a muscle twitch in the room.
All I remember about that is Tender Pullman's fiance, Kathy the therapist, kept reaching for me.
I didn't want to move because I knew I was in front of you, and I didn't want it to, like, turn, you know? Like, I didn't know if, like, you were going with things in sight then at that point. Like, you were coming with,
like I was going to turn on you at any minute?
I just didn't move. No one moved.
Yeah, nobody moved at all. Nobody did a thing. And then, you know, afterward, Laszlo did an awkward, Fez, you bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Laszlo, who never talks, takes that moment.
I'm walking proof of that. There's no doubt. You know, your life matters. He tried to do one of those things.
I wasn't on the lead.
Everybody, yeah, he kind of felt like he was going to just say the right thing. Instead of, if you've ever been with a drunk before who gets in that position, you just got to let him go. You can't try to convince him thing or bring up the Lord and the plan that all of us, you know what I mean? The guy hurts. You got to let him hurt a little bit.
You're a child of the universe.
You got to let him hurt, throw up, pass out. That's what you're after in that situation.
Hopefully in that order.
So a lot of you guys that never had that in your families probably have no way to. But your parents aren't getting divorced. Your dad is just yelling and throwing furniture out the window. By the time you're 6, you're saying to your little brother, trust me, this is all going to blow over, and tomorrow we're being taken out for ice cream. And we did. Today Fez took me out to see Sin City, bought the tickets, because he wasn't exactly sure what he did.
Yeah, exactly. I had no clue. All I can keep doing is asking, was it bad? How bad was it?
That's when I should have came over, started borrowing CDs from you, because you're in that vulnerable state.
I owe everybody.
Just like he had one of those, hey, buddy, things going on. Because not hearing that maybe you stabbed somebody or whatever.
Yeah, you just hope for good. You wish for no news.
Yeah.
That really is a case where no news is good news.
Oh, that's the worst thing about that kind of a blackout drunk when, you find out you did things to people's cats and you chucked them and whatever the hell happened.
And that's happening more and more with me when I really tie one on.
Yeah.
I used to be able to remember all the time. I just may not have the brain cells left.
Yeah, well, for me, I can tell you I started blacking out at 14. So I started right where you were last night. That was my opening, my introduction to the world of drinking.
I probably would have been better off if I had a family that drank.
Well, see, maybe you would have got that out of your system. I know not everybody is into the Irish Catholic thing, but sometimes that's the best thing for you in a grieving process is to drink too much, maybe start punching each other. Just try to get rid of all that raw, awful energy that you have.
Just spend it.
Now, the lucky thing for Mikey D is that he was on the phone and not here.
Because he would have had a long drive back.
Yeah, it would have been brutal. And I told him before when, this thing's going on between you and him, give you a little time, give you a little space.
Oh, I get zero space.
Yeah.
By the time I got back from your house this morning, I had 3 voicemails from him.
Right. I mean, even me, I know you're going through this period, so I'm just like, call me if you need me or whatever you want, but not to bother you because I know, certain times you're grieving. That's all part of it.
So, and the voicemails are like, all I can do is say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, gee, that's what I tried to do a month ago forgetting your birthday.
So you're not completely over it?
No, I'm not done in the least. And the fact that he tried to steal the end of the show.
Yeah, I know.
Just pokes me in my rib.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of set you off a little bit last night. But all in all, it's not bad radio. I know that may not be what you're looking to hear today.
I want to be far out of town if it makes the best of.
Oh, I already got a thing from Mikey Boy. That will not be posted to ronfez.net. It's one of those things that should just stay out there. But I do know that it's on other sites.
Of course it is. You can't make a move in this world anymore.
At the end of the segment last night, Keisha looks at me and says, save it? Oh, yeah. Gotta save it.
Thank you, Dubs.
Just save it for our own personal use.
And just so everyone knows, that's the only thing we save. We could ask for any other break and not have it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
For the past year.
Yeah, that's exactly true. But something that you don't want, yeah, I got a copy of it. Already burned off a couple for all the other interns.
There's a picture of me passed out on a CD cover.
Dubs, were you in the room or outside?
No, I was outside, and if I had a mic in front of me, all you have heard is, keep it together, big man. Come on, keep it together.
Wasn't going to happen.
Well, it was a slow build to it. You know, it started, and there was just no stopping you. I mean, you had kind of planted your feet, and you were just staring down the microphone, just laying into him, and I'm like, oh, it's a runaway train now. And I was just doing I know, buddy. It's a pain in the
all
head.
you can do.
That whole, I know, pal, you try, you give and give. I'm the first to say it. You give and give.
That's what you get for calling up and pushing my buttons while I'm drunk.
Drunk isn't even the word for it. You were hammered. Hey, and we'll drop this thing after this. Should I play some kind of mediator role between you and Mikey D? Do you want me to have a sit down with you guys?
No, I don't think it's necessary.
How do we get out of this thing? How do we get back to where we were?
I don't know if I want to get back to where I was.
Well, I'm here.
Thank you.
I'm here.
You're always there, and I appreciate it.
And I got this sent to us from Mikey D. Fez, is there something Stop it. Is there something you'd like to say to Mikey tonight?
Not that I can think of.
I'm willing to say this. I love you, Mikey D.
That's nice that you two have that relationship.
We all have that relationship. Me, you, and Mikey have that relationship.
Not I, my friend.
Looking back on that, Fez.
Yeah?
A little carried away?
Maybe over-emotional.
Yeah.
But all real feelings. Just not expressed well.
And you also felt like it was some joke from God that your birthday was in the same month that your grandmother died?
I think that might have been where I was going with that.
Yeah.
That one's a little hard to recall.
Now that you've had a little time, she was 99?
Yeah, she was a month away from 99.
Shouldn't have been that big of a shock the way you took it.
It shouldn't have been, and it wasn't up until that night.
Yeah. Then it was a shock.
Then, yeah, like almost a week after the funeral. Well, like 5 days after.
And then we all were shocked.
Yeah. Oh, boy. But anyway, now how long has it been since the cutoff of Mikey? That's going on for a while.
I guess, it started beginning of March, and then that was March 31st.
He said, he writes that he'll be here Saturday if it's not too awkward.
He's going to be here Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too awkward.
Why? Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be in New York.
Seeing Mikey?
No.
Well, where are you going to be?
I'm going to Rory's birthday party.
Oh. Ouch. Wow. You go all the way up to Rory's birthday party and can't even pick up the phone for Mikey D?
Yeah, that's basically about it.
Maybe you got everything coming to you, my friend. Maybe everything that happened was coming to you. This is actually made me sad. I got this message from Mikey D. Lenay loves Fezzy, and this Saturday is her communion. If things were cool, he could have come up, went to the communion, had some wonderful Greek food, and then we could have all went to see Rory at his party.
See, it's all too familial.
What's that mean?
Weirds me out. Like the time he said, if anything happened to me and Helen, I want you to take Lenay. Why would someone say that to me?
Because you and her seemed to hit it off. You were great together.
Barely know her.
You had one fight and you're acting like everything about the relationship was bad. When it wasn't, Fez. Just
now when I look back, yeah.
No, that's the booze talking. You're drunk.
Just so everyone knows, I'll admit this. We don't need the song, Brian.
So you're not interested in the communion?
No, thank you.
Wow. A religious event.
I know.
Even God can't bring these two together.
Well, Fez has turned his back on the church. He's turned his back on the country, the military, and now Mikey. You're going through some kind of a crazy rebellious phase.
I still love this country, and I love the military. Oh, and the church.
Talk about stupid things. Stupid things to have to say. I love the military. What a wacky thing.
I still love the military.
Still.
Even though, Fezzy, you and Mike, you're fighting, I see no reason why you don't go to that communion and then go back to the house.
Why would
I have some Greek food?
Why would I show up at a communion?
Because
when I'm not speaking to the Father.
You know, in Catholic religion, in Catholic religion, before communion, there's reconciliation.
Is there?
Yes.
There is not.
It wasn't in my family. So I can't speak for all the Catholics.
Oh.
And I'm not the biggest fan of Greek food.
Oh, Greek food's fantastic. Love Greek food.
Too many grape leaves for me.
I can eat those grape leaves one after another. I eat them like they're chips.
Give me the grapes. Someone else keep the leaves. Give me the grapes.
All right, why don't you do this? You go there, Fez. You go to the communion, bring a nice gift. You sit down, you have some Greek food. If you're still angry, we'll all accept it.
Can't we accept it without doing all that?
So now that we're all cool again,
Yes.
I'm going to step back of this. Should Fezzy go to the Greek communion, it's 6 or 7 hours out of his day. It's not going to be that big a deal. Maybe even less. But you're making an appearance and put this thing behind him. I'll leave it up to you, Keisha.
Well, I mean, because a child is involved, like, I definitely think you should go just because she will be traumatized.
I wouldn't have gone to this thing if I was friends with him.
Stop it. You would do. You love that girl. You always send her presents from us.
You know what? I don't mind sending a confirmation card.
Now I got to get my own presents for people.
But I remember, like, thinking back as a kid, like, you remember everything from when you're a kid. And, like, if someone you really loved wasn't there, like, she'll remember that until she's, like, 18 and, like, probably...
You want to be a good aunt, though, Fez?
I've never been to church with the child before. Why would I start going now?
Because it's you know, God's involved, and that's just the right thing to do.
You know what I love
I
about
never
this?
went to Christmas Eve service with her or Easter or anything.
All you got to do is yell at a woman, and the next time they'll be on your side.
Oh.
She's totally flip-flopped her position.
I know. I have no backbone, I guess.
It's okay.
I don't know. But no, but like...
I love a woman with no self-esteem. That's my thing.
No, because of the kid, that's totally different. You can't drag the kids into... Never. You just have to...
See, I'm if me and my chick are fighting, I'll wake the kids up. And I'll wake them up, and it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll yell, "This might be it, kids. So it might be the last time we're a family. I want you to hear what's going on here." You see what I'm saying, Fez? This is what you're doing. You've now become the bad father to this little girl.
I have nothing to do with this whatsoever.
I'm worried that if this doesn't start happening, I'm not going to be able to get you and Mikey back together. That's where my head is at right now.
It wouldn't be that big of a loss.
Tossing and turning all night long, not being able to sleep, pacing. What do I do? How do I make this work?
You should rest easy.
Two stubborn people. How can you do it?
Mikey's not stubborn. He's saying, come to the communion. Have Greek food. Spend some time here.
I said I still love the military. That should be enough.
Let me check with Paulie. Paulie, you're wise. You're wearing your mom's half shirt. You got long, crazy hair. What would you do?
I think Fez should go. Because it's not for Mikey, it's for Lenay.
It's for Mikey and Lenay. It really is.
Oh, it's for Mikey. Let's face some facts.
That is one lovely little girl. And here's the thing, Fezzy. She doesn't love me. She loves you. You're the one that she's closest to. She stays at your house. You and her play games together.
What?
Yeah, she stays at his house like a Michael Jackson thing.
Oh.
If you saw Fez's refrigerator and the number of kid pictures on there, you'd swear we had a Neverland. I mean, it's covered in pictures of children.
All he needs is a Ferris wheel.
It's a most wanted list.
All right, Fez, are you going to the communion?
No.
You want to think about it?
No.
I'll give you to tomorrow.
I can answer you now.
Well, it's the way you're saying no. I know that you're half and half on it.
No.
What happens if Mikey crashes that party? Are you just going to turn your back? There's nothing better than a snubbing. I like being at a party when someone is snubbing the other person. Because it's better than an argument.
Splits the room, and now then everyone's
I can
involved.
pull that off.
Right.
When they fight, no one talks but the two people fighting. A snub, everyone talks but the two people that are fighting.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Oh, hi, Lenay. Congratulations on your communion coming up this week.
Thank you, Fezzy.
Yes?
I don't care if you're mad at my daddy, but I really want you to come to my communion.
Wow.
I may have to send you a card, sweetheart.
Oh.
Well, why aren't you going to go?
I don't think I'll be able to make it.
But I mean, I love you. Remember Camp Fez?
Yes, I remember.
Those days.
Yeah, those are good times.
I just don't... What day is it?
Saturday.
The Camp Fez one or the communion?
It's this Saturday.
Yeah, I won't be able to make that.
Someone should call you.
Or is it Sunday? What day is it, honey?
Saturday.
Saturday. Perfect.
You have a nice new dress and everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that way, Fezzy, after communion, you and him go out to the party for Rory.
See, I don't think I'll be able to make it into town in time.
No, it won't be a problem.
Well, after I go, you know what? Just wait. Fezzy?
Yes?
And you know what? When you were talking about that thing when my mom and dad died, I really chose you. Because I love you.
She loves you. And if anything happened to her parents, she'd like to live with you.
See, I think a relative would probably be a better choice.
No, it would be you.
Here's what you got to understand, honey. Sometimes people stop loving you. Right, Fez?
I didn't stop loving Lenay.
Then you'll be at the communion. Yay!
I don't think I'll be able to make that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Maybe there isn't a God, Lenay. Maybe if you pray real hard.
Yeah.
Maybe if you pray real hard, Fez will be there. Pray for love.
See, I just don't think I would be able to make it in time.
Oh, yeah, you're there in time. Mikey D's already worked out the times. And he said afterwards you guys could go over to the party together. Maybe if it's just for Lenay.
I would probably have to meet him there.
No problem.
Okay.
Lenay?
Yeah.
Maybe if you go to bed crying, Fezzy will change his mind.
Okay.
You all right, honey?
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful confirmation.
Communion.
Yeah.
Communion.
Communion, Fez. Try to understand what's happening in her life. And what else, Fez? Good life? Have a good life? Won't be seeing me anymore?
Well, always.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry I won't be able to make that.
All right.
It's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
This is heartbreaking.
I know. And people say I'm the mean one. I could never do this in a million years.
Yeah.
You all right, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep your chin up, little buckaroo.
Me?
No. Take care.
What?
Take care, Lenay.
Okay.
You have a great communion.
Okay.
It's ruined now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Lenay.
Bye. Bye.
Never heard her so sad. She's always such a little up girl.
That was the worst moment of my life.
I know. It was really bad for me, too.
What do I tell DeBella about this?
I don't think she'll remember it tomorrow.
Oh, Fez, you got to be kidding me. That little girl loves you. She loves you.
In love.
You know what? I went from that terrible bit song into that basically like watching child abuse. I mean, I've never
touched her.
I've never been in a Kmart, but I hear that kids get slapped there all the time.
They do.
And that's what I feel like I just saw. A little girl get slapped. I could never be mean to a kid because I wasn't getting along with the dad.
I wasn't being mean. I was very nice about it.
Cool.
You lied to her, Fez. You said you couldn't make it.
Exactly.
I don't think. Like, hold out a little bit of hope. Bobo, get it over with.
Hi, buddies. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
Don't feel bad, Bobo.
Poor Lenay. I don't know what to do.
Bobo's very sensitive. I know you came from a broken family too, right, Bobo?
I just feel so bad for the little girl.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Why is he so upset? This has nothing to do with him.
When anyone sees a little girl get hurt, it's really hard for us.
You're making grown men cry now, Fez.
Maybe he'll go, Bobo.
I hope he does. It's just too terrible.
I know, buddy. I know, pal.
I'm sorry.
No, you know what? Maybe in my life, it's impossible for me to cry now, but you're doing it for me and a guy like Giant Brian who has no feelings too.
Right, thank you.
And Fez, we know there's ice water running through his veins.
And that just makes me a giant.
No, it doesn't. You're sensitive. You hold on to that, Bobo.
Bobo, are you going to be okay?
I don't want to. I hate this.
I hate it too.
A little girl. She's a little girl. Jesus Christ. Give her what she needs. She's a little kid.
I know, buddy.
I can't stand it.
Do you want to go, Bobo?
I don't know.
All right, we got to end the show, Bobo.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too, pal.
Bye-bye.
I don't know how many times I've tried to end the show, and something has come up between Fez and Mikey D that has led to tears and fighting. I bet it's happened a half a dozen times. A half a dozen times.
I know. It'd be best if everyone just let it go.
You see what's happening with Bobo, Fezzy.
Well, I don't understand why.
No one likes to see a kid get hurt. That's why I can't even watch local news, because they're always showing something horrible that happened to a kid.
They're just so innocent.
And when you said that part about, try praying, and maybe if there is a God, Fez will be there, I wanted to rush you.
I didn't say that. You did.
Whatever. It got said. That's the part that disgusts me. The fact that it was said. I'm going to try to cry too, like Bobo does.
Anything?
Nothing. I think I feel a piece of sand there. I got sand in my tear ducts. It's been so long.
It's on the beach?
They gummed up.
Wow, that was uncomfortable again.
And through no fault of mine.
I don't know. Let me read some of the IMs. Fez, you're a scumbag.
Ooh.
F you, Fez.
They can all go. If they're so upset.
She wants you. So does Bobo. Let me try again to get something going.
Come on, Ron.
Anything?
Oh, yeah, here it goes.
All right, now you're just pouring your water bottle on your face.
No, I'm wiping the tears away with the water bottle. I'm wiping the tears away. So anyway, last night, Fez, you and Mikey D, the fight got into a place where he tried to stop it. His daughter called you out of the blue and said, please, Aunt Fezzy, come to my house for communion, which would have been nice. You're already going to be in the area. You refused to a little girl.
Yes, you know what? I'm not going to fall for his tricks. That was shameless what he did last night. To try to get in good with me by making his daughter make that call. That was That was actually pathetic.
I believe she did it on her own.
There's no way she did it on her own.
Now, did you save some of these calls? What all do we have?
Well, we actually have the whole history of the Fez Mikey D relationship, all the way back to the day after Fez missed his birthday.
All right, so we can go through all of it tonight.
We can really relive all of it.
2 months worth.
This is really becoming a strange thing that it just seems like it dies down for a little while, and then Fez, you seem to bring it back up again.
It's not me. I could go about the rest of my life fine. It's him pushing buttons by making that little girl call last night.
And it's also my fault because I tried to get you guys back together again. Keisha pointed that out to me. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks. But because I really did want you guys to get back together, but every time something comes up, you get angry again.
Well, you know what? Before last night, I probably would have eventually gotten over this.
You needed time.
And be friends with Mikey D. I told him a month ago, I'm stressed out. Leave me alone. And he won't do it. And now after that pathetic stunt he pulled last night, no, I'm pissed all over again.
Well, it's hurting Bobo, our friend Bobo.
That I do not understand whatsoever, Ronnie.
Maybe we could just play that one first up front.
Bobo crying last night?
Yeah. Basically, the little girl called. Maybe we should play that one first. Yeah, let's just play his daughter, Lenay, who Mikey says did do it on her own.
Why is a little girl up at 11:15 at night listening to a computer feed of a radio show? It makes no sense whatsoever. Anytime she's ever called this show, he's put her up to it.
Did I almost hear you say he's a liar?
Yes, he's a liar.
You know, one of these times you're going to say this and it's going to be too far. You're going to cross that line and it's going to go too far. I feel it.
I wish I could cross that line.
Mikey also wrote into me that if you go to her communion, he'll just stay in the corner. All he wants is for her to be happy.
I'm not, you know what? I have been guilt-tripped through my entire life by the very best. Mikey D, you're not my mother. You're the last person that's going to shame me into something. It's not going to work. Your plan backfired, you lunatic.
Mikey D, you're not my mother is my new favorite phrase that Fez has said in his life. All right, let's listen when poor Lenay. And right now, you don't know whether you're going to the communion or not. You haven't made up your mind.
I totally know. I am not going.
Well, let's keep it open-ended until we know what's happening.
I'm closing my end.
But let me just say this. This is an adorable little girl. She loves you. And also, you are basically like her godfather that they said if something happens to them, they want her to live with you.
I don't want that responsibility. I barely know these people.
You know them.
Not
Camp
enough to
Fez?
take someone's child.
Camp Fez when she stayed at you and you called your house Camp Fez?
Yeah, because her father won't get a hotel room.
Oh, stop it. Now you're just being mean. All right, here is poor Lenay trying to bring back her father and her father's best friend for her communion.
Not his best friend.
Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Fez.
Oh, hi, Lenay. Congratulations on your communion coming up this week.
Thank you, Fezzy.
Yes?
I don't care if you're mad at my daddy, but I really want you to come to my communion.
Wow.
I may have to send you a card, sweetheart.
Oh.
Well, why aren't you going to go?
I don't think I'll be able to make it.
But I mean, I love you. Remember Camp Fez?
Yes, I remember.
Those days.
Yeah, those are good times.
I just don't... What day is it?
Saturday.
The Camp Fez one or the communion?
It's this Saturday.
Yeah, I won't be able to make that.
Someone should call you.
Or is it Sunday? What day is it, honey?
Saturday.
Saturday. Perfect.
You have a nice new dress and everything?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then that way, Fezzy, after communion, you and him go out to the party for Rory.
See, I don't think I'll be able to make it into town in time.
No, it won't be a problem.
Well, after I go, you know what? Just wait. Fezzy?
Yes?
And you know what? When you were talking about that thing when my mom and dad died, I really chose you. Because I love you.
She loves you. And if anything happened to her parents, she'd like to live with you.
See, I think a relative would probably be a better choice.
No, it would be you.
Here's what you got to understand, honey. Sometimes people stop loving you. Right, Fez?
I didn't stop loving Lenay.
Then you'll be at the communion. Yay!
I don't think I'll be able to make that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Maybe there isn't a God, Lenay. Maybe if you pray real hard.
Yeah.
Maybe if you pray real hard, Fez will be there. Pray for love.
See, I just don't think I would be able to make it in time.
Oh, yeah, you're there in time. Mikey D's already worked out the times. And he said afterwards you guys could go over to the party together. Maybe if it's just for Lenay.
I would probably have to meet him there.
No problem.
Okay.
Lenay?
Yeah?
Maybe if you go to bed crying, Fezzy will change his mind.
Okay.
You all right, honey?
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful confirmation.
Communion.
Yeah,
Communion.
Communion, Fez. Try to understand what's happening in her life. And what else, Fez? Good life? Have a good life? Won't be seeing me anymore?
Well, always.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry I won't be able to make that.
All right.
It's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
This is heartbreaking.
I know. And people say I'm the mean one. I could never do this in a million years.
Yeah.
You all right, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep your chin up, little buckaroo.
Me?
No. Take care.
What?
Take care, Lenay.
Okay.
You have a great communion.
Okay.
It's ruined now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Lenay.
Bye.
All right, 866-277-4969. Fez, that was just brutal listening to that.
It was brutal what someone's trying to do to me. Leave me alone, Mikey D. Leave me alone.
I understand that you're upset with Mikey D, but why take it out on little Lenay? 866-277-4969.
It's his plan. She's a pawn.
Paul, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, hey, buddies, what's up?
Hey.
By the way, I got to say that Godfather-type music in the background was touching.
Thanks.
But, hey,
love
Fez,
story.
you can't take out your anger because of a girl's father on a little kid, man. I mean, that's just not right, man. You know
I wouldn't have gone to this thing anyway.
Well, why?
Why not? Why not? She's a lovely girl.
I know, but I'm not going to any church service with that family. I never have.
But
people act like I've gone to Christmas Mass with them every year.
No, but there is something different when your friends' kids have communion. I know you were at my kids' first communion and also last communion.
I like you.
They just never went back. Here's Hannah. Hannah, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, Fez. I can't believe you're going to do that to her.
Yeah.
I can't believe what was done to me, that someone would use a kid to come after me like that, to try to make me feel guilty.
Well, you know what you can do? You can be the bigger man and say, you know what? I'm going to do it.
I'm not going to invite more of this. Why let this one work?
I understand that you're mad at Lenay. I mean, you're mad at Mikey, but not little Lenay.
No, I'm not mad at Lenay.
She's got the heart of a champion. The heart of a champion. Here's Jason. Jason, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Fez.
Yeah.
Are you even human? Listen to that poor thing.
I know.
She respects you, Fez. She loves you. I love you, Fez.
I didn't see her. I didn't hear her all that broken up when I said I wasn't going.
No, she was like, okay. And I even got this on the, okay. Like when like when an adult goes like, okay, like when someone's leaving you. You know what I mean? I've done that before with chicks.
When she's so stunned, the only thing she can say is okay.
Right. So, Fez, if you're missing that, you really are insensitive.
Her father shouldn't have put her in this position.
maybe he shouldn't have. And, of course, he claims that he didn't.
Of course
but
he
even
did.
if he did, there's some parts of this is up between you and Lenay. Cease, you're on Ron and Fez. Hello, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
Go ahead, pal.
Hey, Fez, I'm on your side. I really didn't see the emotion in the girl. It kind of sounded like, somebody asked her to do it. And
ever since we've hung out with Mikey D and Lenay has called the show, like anytime she called in, like to bust Paul O's balls, you could always hear her mother in the background feeding her lines. This thing's just another setup to try to make me feel bad.
All right, but now you seem like you're mad at Lenay when even if her parents put her up to it, it wouldn't be her fault.
No, I feel sorry for her to have to live with that guy.
And there was no reason for her to bring up that godparent thing. I mean, what does that have to do with communion? I want to live with you. I really do believe that.
I know it's insane talk.
Yeah,
from her father.
I didn't buy it. I think you're right. I think she was put up to it, and she really, she would like you there, but wouldn't be the end of the world for her if you're not there. It really didn't sound to me that she was all that broken up.
All right, let me check with Brian. Brian, what do you think?
Sounded like she was heartbroken to me. She started out where she thought maybe she could call and make amends for all this.
I know, when I was little, I was the same way.
Right, I'm going to bring mom and dad back together, something like that. And then after Fez just kind of brought down the axe on a 8-year-old, she just couldn't even hold it together.
I'm not her mom, Brian.
You brought down the axe.
Yeah, but when a kid thinks that they have love from you, they don't understand that can end.
Love is love.
Yeah. Love is wanting to be loved.
Yes.
John Lennon put it best. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fezzy, when you point the finger, there are 4 fingers pointing right back at you.
What?
3.
When you point the finger.
Yeah, the thumb isn't pointing back at you.
The thumb's pointing up at God. That's the thing that's bad here. The thumb points up at God. All right, then afterwards, your other best friend, Bobo, called, and he wanted you. He was just broken heart by this. Bobo's our most sensitive friend, by far.
Yeah, I didn't know why this touched him so badly, though.
Well, Fez, Bobo's the kind of guy who'll cry at a Hallmark commercial. He's seeing something happen right in front of his face. This is the thing that you don't understand. You can feel things if they don't happen to you. You can still be sensitive to them.
But again, another guilt trip thrown at me.
You have ice water running through your veins right now.
I'm not going to get played on this one, Ronnie.
Is this what therapy has done for you? Because maybe you're fixed. You got rid of your human emotions. All right, let's listen to Bobo here. And I'm going to warn you, this one's tough. I found this one even tougher than Lenay. What do you think, Brian?
Well, it's coming from a grown man.
Yeah. All right, so he calls right after. At first, I didn't know whether he was joking or whatever. Normally, he gives us the call late in the show, so I was just going to my regular Bobo. But he was broke up about it.
Hi, buddies. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
Don't feel bad, Bobo.
Poor Lenay. I don't know what to do.
Bobo's very sensitive. I know you came from a broken family too, right, Bobo?
I just feel so bad for the little girl.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Why is he so upset? This has nothing to do with him.
When anyone sees a little girl get hurt, it's really hard for us.
You're making grown men cry now, Fez.
Maybe he'll go, Bobo.
I hope he does. It's just too terrible.
I know, buddy. I know, pal.
I'm sorry.
No, you know what? Maybe in my life, it's impossible for me to cry now, but you're doing it for me, and a guy like Giant Brian who has no feelings too.
Right, thank you.
And Fez, we know there's ice water running through his veins.
And that just makes me a giant ass.
No, it doesn't. You're sensitive. You hold on to that, Bobo.
Bobo, are you going to be okay?
I don't want to. I hate this.
I hate it too.
A little girl. She's a little girl. Jesus Christ. Give her what she needs. She's a little kid.
I know, buddy.
I can't stand it.
Do you want to go, Bobo?
I don't know.
All right, we got to end the show, Bobo.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too, pal.
Bye-bye.
Whew.
Wow.
The damage you've caused.
I didn't do any of this. I asked to be left alone by Mikey D.
866-277-4969. Mikey D wrote to me now. And he says, I did not make her call. She's a smart girl and an individual.
That's not true. That's not true.
He writes, and she loves the show. She's been raised since 4 listening.
I don't believe him. Not for a minute. I'm not going to get played like this. I'm not going to be used in this situation.
Gary, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ron, I know how much you can't stand me, and I am willing to never call the show again if
Thank
Fez
you.
will just go to the communion. That means no more Jaws calls.
All right, thanks. Here's Chad. Chad, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Chad.
Chad, hey, sorry, how you doing? Fez.
Yes.
You know, her emotions might not be apparent right now, but 10 years down the road when she's shooting up crack and selling her body for the next fix, you know, it's really going to show, you know, from what
and
you
then,
did to her.
Fezzy, you are going to want to go out on the streets and get her.
And I'll be responsible for that, too, I suppose.
Not so much responsible, but what did Hillary Clinton say, Fez? It takes a village to raise a child. We all have to be there for the children.
I'm not in her village.
The West Village. Here is Jackie. You're on Ron Fez. West Village got to you?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I was so mad at you,
place.
Fez, last night. But you know what? Are you there?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Bobo was so fake it was a crock. And Lenay, that was fake too. I'm so proud of you for being strong. Stay in therapy. Don't let people walk all over you.
You thought
I love
Bobo
you
was
guys.
faking too? You didn't believe that he was really crying?
Oh, no, not at all.
What do you think of that, Fez?
I think Bobo was totally real.
Yeah, I do.
I think he was totally serious.
I'm sorry.
He's really, really a sensitive artist. And a
I
really
am
good
too.
guy. Yeah.
He's
I
a
am
big
too.
sweetheart.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, see you later. It's like 50-50 on this, Fez, with people, though. Some people think that you're totally in the right. Other people think that you've hurt a little girl.
I feel like I'm in the right.
Well, no one ever told you to be nice to Mikey. You know what I mean? We never saying go back with Mikey.
He's trying to do this to I don't know, win me back or something. All I asked was, I'm feeling stressed. Please leave me be.
Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
And he won't.
Hey, you guys, I got to say, I agree with Fez, too. 11:15 at night, no emotion. She was put up to it.
You think she was woke out of a sound sleep? Here, I want you to try to get me back with Fez.
Here's your lines.
No, I'm not saying she was woken up out of a sound sleep. It just doesn't make sense 11:15 at night for a little girl to go, hey, I'm going to call the Ron and Fez show.
Well, she has called us throughout the years. Fez has been kind of a godfather to her.
Not really.
Surrogate mother. You've been there for her.
I was nice, and this is what I got back.
So you're sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it. I'm not going to get used this way, Ronnie. It's ridiculous. What he pulled last night, I mean, I could have seen myself somewhere down the road, you know, saying, all right, fine, bygones be bygones.
Right.
You
and
know?
you're saying like the old Fez, before you started taking care of yourself, you would have been guilted into this.
I would have, you know, I would have been there. I would have been crying like Bobo, saying this is all my fault. It's not my fault.
I see what you're saying. This kind of reminds you of what happened with your mom, guilting you into stuff you didn't want to do, wearing a dress and living your life like a little girl because she didn't get what she wanted.
Actually, she dressed me and my older sister like twins.
That's uncomfortable.
My sister had that 6-month-old baby disease.
Oh, yeah, she really does. She even now, she looks like a minor. And when I say that, I mean coal miner. Justin, you're around a Fez.
Rude.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Mikey D always puts his little daughter up to it. Remember when he was trying to box one of the interns and he ended up getting the crap knocked out of him?
Oh, yeah, Wonder Boy beat him up pretty bad.
Yeah.
I shouldn't speak to him from that.
Thing. He just manipulates her. He's a poor father. Says, don't break down, man. Keep strong.
All right.
I shouldn't speak to him for ruining that live gig.
Brian, you handed me a note that said you have a song about Bobo.
Yes, Big Pear and I have joined forces to celebrate this momentous occasion of Bobo.
Lay it on us.
Now when Fez Whiteley breaks a little girl's heart, Bobo steps up and does his part. Bobo fights for the little girl.
Well, why aren't you gonna go?
When Fez says no, that he won't go.
I don't think I'll be able to make it.
Here comes a sobbing, bald-headed schmo.
I may have to send you a card, sweetheart.
Bobo fights for the little girl. She was rejected, and it really upset him.
Hi, buddies. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Poor Lenay. I don't know what to do. I just feel so bad for the little girl.
Bo loves kids, and he'll tell you why.
I love you.
That's if you can understand him when he cries. He gets over-emotional.
This is too terrible.
Everything's gonna be fine. Don't cry, Bobo.
I'm sorry.
It'll be okay. Bobo, don't cry tonight. Dry your eyes. All the little girls are safe tonight. Hey, Bobo, don't be so emotional.
All right, that ended pretty cold. 866-277-4969. Did that change your mind at all, Fez?
It did not change my mind about going. No. I feel bad for Bobo. I wish he didn't take things to heart so badly.
You know, normally Friday night's lights, Bobo is here. Not tonight.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
The lights are off.
Yeah, that's true. James, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
What can we do for you, James?
On a radio show.
Basically, I wanted to say, Fez, that if you're going to be friends with Mikey D in the future, then you might look back on this and might feel bad that you did not go, regardless, because regardless whether she was used that late at night or not, she's definitely going to have her first communion anyway.
You know what, James? With these kind of tactics, now I'm not even so sure. I'm seriously pissed all over again that he tried to stunt like that.
This has been going on for 2 months, this fight, right?
Yeah.
Since you forgot his birthday.
Yeah, and apologize, not accepted. Then, just so everyone has a little background of what happened next, end of March, he wanted to come down for my birthday.
Right.
It was a really stressful time. Besides my grandmother dying, other things going on, I asked Ronnie to tell him, please don't come, it's a bad time. He says to Ronnie, can I at least call and ask myself? Ronnie says to him, it's a bad time. I appreciate Ronnie handling that for me, so I didn't even have to. This guy goes behind Ronnie's back, goes behind my back, calls me at my house, leaves a message. I see who it is. I'm not answering the phone because I cannot deal with it. I wanted to be nice. I thought maybe if I don't call, if I don't call him back, he won't bother me about coming down to D.C. for my birthday. On this voicemail, I hear, I want to come. I hear him say he wants to bring Billy, too, even though he's been told it's a bad time, and has the nerve to say, I have to stay at your house because it's too far of a drive back. So he's insisted on those three things when he's been asked not to call me and not to come. Then, day before my birthday, the show's ending. I'm just not returning his phone calls. I'm still trying to be nice about this. He sends Ron an IM that says, tell Billy to have a great time in D.C. So it's still, you know what? And Billy wasn't even coming. Billy was nice enough to say, hey, I realize it's a bad time. I'll come another time when it's okay. And that's exactly what happened last weekend. Mikey won't take any of that for an answer, and when he called in on my birthday, yes, I was drunk and I was upset and emotional, and that's when I went off. And I'm not putting up with this. I'm not going to be told what to do by Mikey D.
All right, so you haven't decided one way or another about the communion.
Yes, I've decided I'm not going.
All right. You're on your high horse tonight, my friend.
I am. I'm pissed off all over again, Ronnie.
Like it just happened?
Yes, exactly. Like I'm drunk on my birthday. Just so everyone knows, I'll admit we all know I was drunk on my birthday, Brian.
All right, we're going to take a break. And I'm going to try to work on Fez during the commercial. I got to give you the bad with the good. You know that. I got to tell you everything.
I appreciate it.
Don't
spare me.
This is going to be the last time, and I'll tell you what Mikey said. And then I'm going to edit this down because there's a lot of middle stuff that's he said, she says. But he says, wow, everything I've said and emailed has been misconstrued. There has been major miscommunication. Fezzy and I just need to speak like we used to. And then if he truly believes what he thinks about me, then fine.
Let's just skip to the fine part.
Ooh.
Because I'll tell you what, I am all wound up again.
You're all angry again.
I'm totally after the stunt last night of having his kid call and try to guilt me into meeting with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm furious. I'm furious all over again. I'm all sweaty. I need my Massengill. I got that not so fresh feeling.
Not just to keep defending Mikey, but he swears Lenay called on her own. She wanted to, and he says he would say if she didn't.
I don't believe it.
Allison, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, Allison.
Hi. Is this Fez?
Yes, it is.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I was unbelievably appalled. I was driving with my 2 Catholic kids in the car listening to your show and heard the whole thing with that little Lenay calling you. And you know what? The Godfather needs to go.
I'm not her godfather, Allison.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
It seems like you are.
No, I'm not.
Well, if anything happens to them, you're going.
No.
You're taking over.
No, I'm not.
Well, she's asked you.
In theory.
Well, I just can't believe it, because that little girl, it sounded like you broke her heart.
Yeah.
And if my kids ever ask a friend, uncle, whatever, to the communion, that I would be so upset, and so would they, if that person did not come. So I really think you need to put all the other stuff aside and go for that little girl. That is a one-time deal.
Allison, none of it is real. She was put up to that.
You don't think she has a communion?
Oh, she has a communion.
Yeah, she's going to have her first communion.
I'm not going to be manipulated.
No, but you need to just put all of the other stuff aside, all those little, I was laughing here about your little fights and your birthday and all this stuff, but all that doesn't matter. What matters is that little girl, and she's making her first communion, and you need to go. You need to be there.
And the pathetic thing is her father has used her to try to do this.
But you know what? Don't worry about her father. It's between you and that little girl and God, and you should go.
No, it's not.
Support her. You should support her.
You know what? I'm going to say this now, Allison, since I'm not supportive. You know what? I've heard Mikey D say to me on numerous occasions, numerous late-night phone calls. This psycho says, I just want to be with you guys. I just want to be with Ron and Fez. And I've told Helen and Lenay this. That psycho has told his daughter and his wife, I'd rather go be with a radio show than stay with them. That's how there's your support, Allison.
Well, you know what? You should be flattered.
You should be.
That a psycho thinks me and Ronnie and him are going to live in a big house together.
Do you want to hear what from my 12-year-old, what he would say if he was going to have his first? Here's his Will. Here's Will.
Here's Will.
Here's another person putting their kid on to try to make me feel guilty. It's a pattern now.
Go to the first communion, whatever. You should go, buddy. You should go, buddy.
That was so convincing.
That was from the heart.
Oh my gosh, you're like that show dog mom.
That's from a 12-year-old. He made his first communion, and his uncle came.
Oh, nice.
I'm so happy for your damn family.
No, but anyway, I feel for you, but you know what? That's part of life. You just have to, put these things behind you and just do
Why? Why do I have to?
Well, do the right thing. You should do the right thing.
Get your son to say it again. That might do it if the son says it again.
Dude, here, you want to put Will? Here's Will
put
again.
Will on.
Oh, yeah? Hello?
What do you want Fez to do?
I want you to go to the communion.
Do you really want to run away?
No.
If it's up to you, could you run away right now?
You want to escape that woman, don't you?
No.
All right, see you later, kid.
Bye.
All right, that seems like a nice family. Why can't you listen, Fez?
A minivan of loons heading down the street.
Psycho loon, you're really just throwing the insults around tonight. Here's Brian, you're on Fez.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, Messenger.
Oh, yeah, it's a big ass word.
You're off to the big ass prize closet, buddy.
I forgot about the whole big ass word. I'm just all thrown from all this tonight.
Emotionally drained, and it's only 8.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like a normal Friday the 13th to me.
Really?
What did Will say? Will wanted you to go, right?
Will wanted me to come get him so I could take him away as well.
A Pied Piper. Take us and drowned us. Here's Mike. You're on Fez.
Fezzy, buddy, I love you, man. But listen, and you know what? I think you're right. I think it was a setup, but take the high road, man. Be the better person.
Why?
Because, you know what? Because you don't want to become like Mikey D. You don't want to get in his league. You're better than
Exactly.
that.
I want to be left alone. You don't see me emailing Mikey D.
Yeah, but when a kid's involved, you take the high road.
He put the kid involved. I have nothing to do with his kid.
You know what? I know he put the kid involved, but you know what? You got to take the high road on these things when a kid's involved. I know it's his fault. He's whatever. I don't want to say anything bad on the radio, but you know what? If you're the better person, you'll feel better in the long run.
I can't worry about this, bro. I cannot worry about it. I'm not going to add one more piece of stress to my life. I cannot worry about it.
But look how much this is stressing you out now. If you be the better person, I'm telling you, as soon as the confirmation's over, all that stress will disappear.
True.
But if you don't do it, and you don't be the better person, you're going to pine over it, and it's going to eat it.
All right, thank you very much. Kind of split down the middle on this, Fez. You've made up your mind, though, right?
I know where I stand. I know which 50% I'm with.
Manny, you're on Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fez, this is your boyfriend, Manny. Hey, you know what? The past 2 years, Ron's been complaining about you not being funny. This is the most wittiest you've ever been. You're at your top, and you're very.
Peaking.
No, and I'll tell you why.
He's back.
I've had short problems my whole life, and you have nothing to worry about. You're king of the. You shouldn't have anything. Everyone
What kind
else,
of problems does he have, Fez?
Everyone else around you, Ron. You don't get me started with you. Everyone else around you, Fez, is a minor threat, and you're on top of your game, my friend.
All right, thank you. What kind of problems did he say he had? I couldn't understand him.
I thought he said maybe guilty problems.
I thought he said he had short problems.
Short problems?
He's a short guy?
I don't know. I couldn't understand him.
Well, he's on your side.
But he's
Fez.
with you, and he's loving the fact
I'll take it, Manny.
this problem's happened. Tracy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, I wanted to tell Fezzy that I'm with you. You shouldn't have to go if you don't want to. Nobody should guilt you into it.
Exactly.
And that's what bugs you the most, huh? The guilting.
It bugs me that he brought his daughter into us, into this, and that he made her do that.
Yeah, that's just using the little kid as a pawn, and
He's using her as a shield.
right.
He didn't call the show; she did.
Right. So you don't need to go.
I can't tell you how many times I would get my kids to say, "Let Daddy drink." What's the problem? So that's okay. That's why kids are here, to be used as pawns and shields. That's in the Bible, my friend. You'd know that if you went to communion.
I'm not going. I've made up my mind.
Mikey?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Ceci, I just wanted to say I'm sorry, man.
You are going about it all the wrong way, man.
Dude, I really didn't make Lenay call last night.
That's BS.
Please believe me.
Mikey?
There is no way.
Timing is everything, Mikey.
I have asked to be left alone. The more you push my buttons, the worse you're making this between us.
I just want some time to talk, and then if after that you don't want to speak to me, that's fine, bro.
This is the most disrespectful thing I can ever imagine. That's what got me going in the first place when Ronnie said, leave Fez alone, don't come down for his birthday, don't call him. You disrespected Ron by going behind his back. You disrespected me by calling anyway and insisting on bringing yourself, Billy, and staying at my home when I had just lost my grandmother, when everything else was going on. You are nothing but disrespect. Well, that stunt you pulled last night was disrespectful to me and your daughter.
I did not tell Lenay to call.
I don't believe you.
I swear to you, I would not swear on my daughter. I'm telling you, she heard what was going on because she was in the living room watching TV. I have the computer on. She heard it, and she said she wanted to call because she did mention to me that she wanted you to be there at a communion. Dude, it's okay if you don't want to be there because of me. That's fine. I don't care. I just want to have a few moments to speak to you. There's been a lot.
You're picking the wrong moments.
Well, I call you, Fezzy, and you don't answer.
No, I'm not going to.
And I am. Okay.
Sometimes it's like a relationship where you need a little time. Fezzy feels abused in this.
I don't know why it's so thick-headed that I can't get through.
And, Mike, you know I was working on him for you. You know I said you'd need to give him some time. This was maybe not going to be permanent, but now you kind of backed him into a corner here.
And now you've tried to call me out.
I'm not calling you out.
You totally did with having your kid call last night. You're totally calling me out.
That's not me.
You're not going to paint me into a corner.
Listen,
it doesn't mean that much to me.
And I'm just calling tonight because I know I'm going to see you tomorrow night.
If you're going, I'm not.
Well, then you know what, man? I don't want you to do that to Rory. And
don't keep saying what I'm doing to other people. I'm not doing anything. You're the one who can't get it through your effing head that you need to leave me alone for a while.
Okay. That was a wrong choice of words. I'm
not doing anything to Rory. I didn't do anything to your daughter. I didn't do anything to you except forget your stupid birthday. And did you ever let me off the hook on that one? No. Why am I going to return the favor?
But, Fezzy, you're yelling and screaming at me. That's okay. I understand your feelings.
Because you are pushing every button I got left.
But I need to speak to you to clear some things up.
Am I the insane one here?
Mikey, this reminds me of girlfriend stuff. I've been through this when people don't know something is over. And Fezzy's saying...
Okay, well, you know what? Then, it's just that I'm trying to say to Fez that there have been some misunderstandings. And if I could speak to him for a few moments, off the air, like we used to, or if I see him tomorrow, and again, Fez, I'm sorry. That was a wrong choice of words. It's not you doing anything to Rory. It's I don't want me to come in between that.
Fez.
You not going.
The grandiose, the delusions of grandeur are beyond me. That you now think, now I am so self-important that I've come between Fez and Rory. Do you even listen to your crazy self? The things you say.
Well,
the ego.
You will not go there.
The ego is amazing to me. I wish I had half your confidence.
Fezzy, if you go to that party tomorrow, I guarantee you he jumps out of a tree. No matter what happens.
There's no doubt in my mind.
See him.
You know what? I won't go. I'm not going to go then. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to go.
Mikey, I went out with chicks exactly like you. You're going to be there.
There's no doubt.
You're going to be there.
He's going to be phoning hotels.
No, I tell you, I've been in this situation. He's about 2 nights away from telling your mom everything that you and him have done before. I've been there. I know this girl.
Am I being out of reason here?
No.
Unreasonable?
No.
Mm-mm. I've talked to you, Mikey, that Fez needed time. He needed space.
I didn't tell Lenay to call. I'm not.
You're talking about other things now.
That's it.
I'm talking about this even call now. You knew you had to know this was going to.
And this is all so he could get on the air again. This is all about that. This phone call right now is just so we can wrap up the show around Mikey D one more time.
That's not true, Fez. You know that, man.
I don't know that. I don't know anything anymore. Anyone that put their kid up to a stunt like that last night, I do not know.
Any stunt, man. I didn't put my kid up to anything, man. She's her own person. She called. She knows how to call. She's 8 years old, Fez. She knows how to call, and she loves you, Fezzy. And that has
You're
nothing
doing
to do
it
with me.
again! What am I supposed to...
It has nothing to do with
Are
me.
you supposed to guilt me into this?
Don't be guilted. I don't want you to come if you don't want to come. She wanted to call you. That was her deal, not mine.
I do not believe it. Not for a second.
I promise you it was not my deal.
Then if Ronnie's telling you time and time again, you know, give Fez some time, give Fez some space, don't cramp him, why would you let her call then?
She wanted to call.
Why would you put her on the phone? Why would you put her on the phone then? Why would you let her call?
I don't put her on the phone. She picks up the phone and she calls.
Then why would you let her? Why wouldn't you say no?
She's
Fez,
8.
We can't call Fez right now. It's not that hard to do.
She wanted to call weeks ago and I said no. I can't keep saying no to her.
Oh God, does the story keep changing?
You know what, Mikey?
No, it's not changing. It's staying the same.
Mikey,
so are you, and that's the annoying thing.
Maybe if you change your hairstyle and lost some weight, he'll love you again. I'm telling you, I've been out with this girl. They keep thinking.
It's the most bizarre thing I've ever encountered in radio.
It's a single white male. It's basically like that thing. And he's going to be there tomorrow, Fez.
Of course he is.
There.
You will be there, Mikey.
I will not be there.
I may be just driving back and forth, peeking in the windows. Maybe you'll be making out with another guy outside. I'm telling you, it's not like I haven't dated crazy girls.
No, I won't be there, man. I won't be there.
I wish, Ronnie, there was a way we could put, the $1,000 bet on this, but we'd both be betting on the same side.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I'm not going to be there, Fez. So, again, I didn't put Lenay up to this. Please believe that, at least.
No.
Why won't you give me a few moments to just talk to you off the air?
I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, then. So then there's nothing more that I could say. And I'm sorry about everything.
I'm talking to you right now, and all you're doing is getting me more and more riled up. We're talking right now.
Then I should just go then.
If that's what you want to do, big man.
I guess it's not what I want to do, Fez. It's not what I want to do, man.
You started this.
Maybe I did start something, but there are a lot of misunderstandings, and I wish you would give me a few moments.
What's the misunderstandings? Tell me right now. What's the misunderstandings? Because trust me, the conversation off the air isn't going to be any different than the one on.
I just, when we spoke, I thought things were cool after a few phone calls, and it seems that
the night that he blew up when he was drinking, Mikey, changed everything. That for him, and I told you, right now, the fight with you reminds him of that whole kind of bad time that he went through. And that's why he needs a little time. That's what I said to you, right?
Yes, you did.
Because when something happens that goes on traumatic in your life, everything else you kind of associate with that. It's Psychology 101. So that's the night that he really got upset, because even though the whole thing about I can't believe I'm in this conversation, but that kind of set him off again, which made it different from the first fight.
And then last night did it again.
But last night, Fez, I really had nothing to do with that.
Fez, you have to understand that he has no control over Lenay, and she does her own stuff.
Calling long distance from New York, and she's 8.
Dude, it's on, Brian, it's on, it's like, it's on memory on the phone.
That's just sick.
I didn't tell her to call, bro. So, you could be mad at me. That's fine.
And, like Ronnie was saying, I was fine the whole time. I asked Ronnie to handle the birthday thing for me.
He did.
No, he did. He did, but you went behind his back.
I did.
And called me anyway.
I called you to say something. And you know what, Fez? Billy said he was still going. And he asked me, why are you not going? And I said to him, something came up. That was it. That's all I said to him. And that day, your birthday, he said he's still going as of 12 o'clock, noon, or 1 o'clock. And I said, fine, Billy, just go. He said he was going to take the bus.
Then my problem would have been with Billy.
Well,
what I got from Billy was a nice email saying, hey, I know you're going through a rough time. I understand. I'll come visit when it's a better time. And that was last weekend.
But, Fezzy, I sent you an email like that.
You guys got to tell me the truth. And I know all three of us hung out together.
I sent you an email, and I said, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
You guys must have been closer than I knew. This sounds like a gay love spat. This is
not insane to me. I feel like I've gone into the loony bin.
But Fez, if you just listen to me for 5 minutes.
You've been on for 10.
Is there anything...
I don't want to say things on the air. That's the thing. I want to talk.
What about at the party tomorrow? Is that the place to do it?
I'm not going to go to the party.
Everybody's drinking?
To be uncomfortable.
I know you're going to come walking in there with a better-looking guy.
I'm walking.
I've been in this relationship.
As long as I can have a 5-minute conversation with Fezzy off the air, just to say, listen, I don't know, maybe you misunderstood, maybe you didn't see, maybe there was something that I did wrong in the way that I presented. There was no...
Oh my gosh, I've gone through the laundry list 1,000,000 times. I don't know what else I have to say to you.
Okay, Fez, I don't know what else that I could say to you, Fez. I'm trying, man.
You're trying too hard. I'll give you that much.
But maybe that's it. Maybe that's it, man.
Maybe you're too good.
I just wish I could just point a few things out, and then you could just say...
Point them out now. Point them out now. This is your chance. This is your big shot.
I did. The night that your grandmother died, I wrote to you, and I said, if there's anything that I could do for you, please let me know.
And the thing that I asked Ronnie to ask you to do for me is leave me alone on my birthday. Don't make the trip. Don't make me have to entertain guests. Don't make me have to get my house together to have people over. That's what I asked Ronnie to ask you to do. You couldn't give me that, man. You couldn't give me that. Then the next night, you're taking shots at Billy coming down here. Then on my birthday, when I'm all drunked up, you call in just like right now, just right at the end of the show, to try to make it about you again. I'm past it, Mikey. I am past it. I have heard. Listen. When I moved here, I went into a funk. I got stuck on pills, psychiatrist, therapist, everything else. Everything about this past 2 years has been about hurt feelings. I'm done with hurt feelings. Every call I got from you was about your hurt feelings, how you couldn't be here with me and Ronnie. That's beyond my control. I'm done with the hurt feelings.
I don't know what more to say or
Mikey?
Yeah.
Why don't you try this?
Yeah.
You take a bunch of pills, you sit in the tub, you gash your wrist, and maybe he'll come running over. I've done that before. I've taken them back.
Mm-mm.
It's worth a chance.
No. I'm not going to leave Lenay.
Just take a bunch of pills and cut your wrist and give it enough time for him to get there.
I love Fezzy, but I don't love him that much, man.
All right. We got to go.
That's the problem.
Why don't you guys pick this up tomorrow night at the party?
I'm not going.
You'll be there, Mikey.
I won't be there, Ron.
He's totally going.
I know.
You're there already.
Yes. He might not see you, but you'll see him.
I swear to you, I won't even be in Manhattan.
All right. We got to go, Mikey.
Have a good night out, guys.
It'll be the best.
He's a gentleman.
Oh, yeah, Friday Night Lights, Fezzy. You're going to go and...
knock back a few. We're going to be at Thursdays in Fairfax, Virginia, Lee Highway at Germantown Road. We're a little late getting there right now. Give us about 10, 15 minutes.
Wow, am I uncomfortable. I'm telling you, that brought back so many crazy girl memories for me. So many crazy girl memories.
Just crazy.
Am I wrong, or does it make you want them even more? I don't know. Maybe that's just my sickness. All right, Fezzy, we had you're very odd. You have a boy stalker, Mikey D. You were going to a party that Mikey D was going to show up over the weekend. It got so uncomfortably I don't know whether anyone's ever seen the film Single White Female, where one girl gets too attracted to another girl. And that's the way things have been going down with you and your best friend Mikey D. Yet you guys had a breakup, and he felt like if he could just have 5 minutes to talk to you and wanted to see you at this party, and you just don't want to see him right now.
I just do not want to see Mikey D.
And then he even had his daughter call you the other night and try to lure you in back into their life.
Tried to hoodwink me, Ronnie, is what it was. Tried to get me to go to his... Had his daughter call this show... asking me to go to her first communion, thinking he's going to guilt trip me into spending time with him. Not going to happen.
So, I mean, I've broken up with plenty of crazy girls. I know the whole situation where you're telling them that it's over and they're trying to unhook your pants. But remember, tell me now you don't want a baby. You don't want a baby.
Can't understand a word you're saying, lady.
So you just let them get one in, you know. that shameful one. But that's what it was reminding me of. It was like breaking up with a crazy girl.
It was hideous. He could not get it through his thick skull. So I did not want to see him. I did not want to speak to him.
But why not just take the opportunity to talk to him for 5 minutes and see if there's still love there? Give him that piece of respect.
Anything I had to say, I was going to say on the air. The conversation I didn't think would change any from being on the air or off the air.
Denzel, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, what happened with Fez and the communion thing?
Fez and the communion. Fez, did you go?
No, I did not go to Lenay's communion.
Wow, I'm really let down about that. I was really hoping you'd be there.
I was.
And it sounded like you could go either way on Friday night.
No, there was actually no choice about it. I was not going.
What about the party?
Friday night was probably your most furious ever on the air, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was have been poked with the last stick.
What's so funny?
What about the party?
Nothing. Not a word.
Go ahead, Denzel.
What about the party? Rory's party.
At the party, did Mikey show up?
Mikey D did not show up at the party.
Here's what makes me feel bad about that. He and Rory are good friends, and you're now, through your fighting, are keeping friends apart. Like, people are forced to choose. And I wish that didn't have to happen. I wish you guys would let me mediate some kind of deal between you. I know you were mad Friday.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm still fuming. Mikey D needs to stay away from me for quite a while.
5 minutes is all I'm asking.
No.
5 minutes.
Not 5 minutes, no.
Just seriously. I know the three of us used to do everything together in New York.
No, we didn't.
Well, going back and forth to work. We go to Bar 9. We did a lot of social things together. We went out for his birthday with his chick. We'd all go out to dinner.
Yeah, and it's awful that he ruined all that. But no 5 minutes. Any other 5 minutes is not going to be any different than the 10 minutes, 15 minutes he was on the air last Friday.
What if I had a party and I invited you both there? Would you show up?
Yes, I would go to your party.
I can't have a party. I want to get you guys together, but I just can't have everybody over.
That may be the only way.
All right, here's what I'm saying, Fez. 5 minutes, we work this thing. I know we can work it out.
Right now, I don't want to work it out.
I feel bad for Rory. Was he looking for Mikey?
No.
All right, so did you say something to Rory about it?
No, Rory said something to me about it.
How did he?
Well, I had told Rory about it.
Oh, jeez. What he said? What did Rory say to you?
Rory said he was sorry he invited Mikey, but he didn't know that was going on.
Oh, see, that's what I hate. Like here, those two guys were as close as you could be,
I don't think so.
Rory has to pick sides because he likes you. Well, we all liked each other, but now we're in one of those you got to pick side things. All right, let me check with you, Bobo. Bobo, you understand peace things. You cried the night you wanted Fez to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed he didn't take care of the little girl?
Well, you know, when Fez kind of explained his position, it really shed a lot of light on it for me.
So maybe you cried too soon?
Yeah, I think I got hurt like hard and fast over the thing. And but that's the way I'm in. You know, I'm in for a penny, I'm in for a pound.
Yeah, well, you want to just take your time before you start sobbing.
But I'm a mess. I mean, what do you want from me?
I just wasn't going to reward bad behavior.
Fez explained himself very well.
I understand that, but why do the rest of us have to choose? Why can't the rest of us be friends with everybody? Why can't me, you, and Mikey sit down and work this thing out?
Maybe
I am not in that place yet in my head.
You know what we need to do? We'll get motel rooms and we'll get a meeting room and we'll all sit down like it's the Paris peace talks. I'm not going to the breezeway, you hobo. I don't do.
It's another name.
Maybe it's just a question of time, though. I mean, Fez is just asking for time. He's not saying it's over forever. He's saying he needs some time.
After Friday, it could have been over forever.
You were mad. I mean, I never saw you stand up and rant like that. I was shocked.
I stand, Bo. It's not odd.
But the ranting.
I have the ability.
I never saw you show any passion on the air, other than drunk and crying.
Yeah.
Those are my two biggest ones.
That's the Fez I like.
Yeah, I couldn't believe you were selling a bit. I'm going, who is this guy? He's actually put a little something into it. Fezzy, if I bring Mikey down here, can we settle this on the air?
I really wish you wouldn't bring Mikey down here.
All right, then I got to make a phone call.
Yes, please.
May
got
sweeps.
to change the Wednesday show.
That's tomorrow.
The only thing is, can he stay at your house?
No, absolutely not.
Just about ready to end this one tonight, Fuzzy. So, on the Mikey D?
No.
Not at all, then.
Not at all.
I'll put you down as a maybe.
Still a no.
Any chance of getting you and Mikey D back together, Fez? Do it tonight.
I cannot see it happening. I cannot picture it in my mind. I mean, I could say yes and go through the motions, Ronnie, but I know how I would feel. I know how I would feel inside. I mean, I don't want him to come visit me here. You know?
Stop it.
So, I mean, I could very easily say, yeah, it's all behind me. It's over with. But I don't really feel that way.
Why don't me and you go visit him? We have a Madcap New York weekend. Me, you, and Mikey, we do it this weekend.
I'll go with you, but I won't go with him.
We're going to stay in his house.
No, then I cannot make it. I am not able to make that trip then.
This is going to just turn out like your brother-in-law and your sister. It's going to be the same thing. It's aggravating sometimes.
You can always hijack the Judas Priest party bus and stay on that.
Not a bad idea.
The Raging Metro bus to New York?
We take the Raging Metro the whole way.
Fun. No, I know how I feel inside. And I can't make up with him if I don't really feel it.
How long does it take you to apologize?
I am not going to apologize. I don't have anything to apologize for.
We haven't talked to him on the air in a while. You want to talk to him tonight and see if we can't work this thing out tonight?
I'm still really, really upset.
All right, let's have a vote then. Oddball, where are you on this one?
I think she'll make up.
You're yes. Talk to Keisha?
Yes, definitely a phone call.
Let's go, Bits.
I think Fez needs to stand true to what he believes in.
All right, that's 2-2. And it'll be up to Paranoid to see what he thinks. Perry, in song, what should we...
You can work it out. You can work it out.
Work it out. That's what I say.
That's what I say.
I forgot to sing.
Keisha, here's what I want you to do. Call Mikey and see if he'd be willing to talk tonight. Explain him off the air that Ron has had all he can take. Tell him I'm a frazzled mess over these two.
Okay.
And I don't even remember how this thing started.
Oh, it all started when he got upset that we forgot his birthday.
Actually, none of us remember now. None of us remember.
I remember.
But I mean, you don't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was March 6th.
Tell him a little bit after 10 o'clock if he wants to do it. If not, I understand. Because, if Fezzy says no, then it's no. If Mikey says no, then it's no.
I cannot picture myself saying yes.
You forgot his birthday, and now you're both upset with each other. How long does it have to last, Fez? Bring it to an end tonight.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Fez, will this help you to have a few drinks before we call him?
I don't think that would really not change my mind whatsoever. Then I would just get in a furious mode all over again.
Mode or mood?
both. And having to put the song doesn't help either. That doesn't change anything.
Let me just point something out to you that I learned today watching Batman. Things can change very quick, my friend. And young Bruce Wayne really never had the opportunity to tell his dad how he felt about him. And something could happen to you or something could happen to Mikey.
Mikey D is not my father. I don't have anything that I want to get off my chest to Mikey D.
You're saying that now because you're both happy and healthy. You know, the other day, I got a 6-year-old niece. She gets up in the morning. She's sick. The next thing you know, they take her to the doctor. They rush her to the hospital, and they're operating on her.
That is so scary.
A 6-year-old had appendicitis at age 6.
I've never heard of that young.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't know what any day's going to bring. The night before, she's at Chuck E. Cheese. Well, 12 hours later, they're cutting her open. That could happen with Mikey. It could happen with you. You don't know, Fez. You don't want this kind of bad thing hanging around. Hey, by the way, you know, she's 6 years old. You know what she said to her mom as they're like, we're going to take you in and we're going to put you to sleep and be operated on? She said, I would feel a lot better if this was happening to you.
That's so true.
And I said, I'm going to steal that line every time I feel sick.
That's so wise.
All right, Keisha, what did Mikey say?
He said he is willing to come on and talk to you guys.
Let me just say this.
Of course, the Mikey D showcase.
This guy's been a saint through this whole thing, and I know you...
He's not been a saint through this.
Now it feels like you're attacking me. All right, we're going to take a break in a couple minutes, and we're going to come back. And Fezzy, should I leave the room and let you and Mikey talk?
No, you better stick around.
Do you want me to go home now and let you have the rest of the show?
To work this out?
Sometimes when I hear you fighting, I don't know whether you're showboating for me. That's what gets, you know what I mean? I know you think, oh, maybe Ronnie will think it's funny if I do this, or Ronnie will think it's cool if I do this. I want all that done, Fez. I want all that in the past.
This is all completely real. It's a complete shoot.
March 6th started this. Now we're deep into June, almost July.
Right. Yeah. Through no fault of my own.
Again, is that the way to get in there, that it's no fault of yours? I mean, obviously we're all a little bit to blame.
Not me.
I'll take full responsibility of being too nice to both of you. I've babied both of you. Well, maybe I should have grabbed you both by the scruff of your necks and locked you in a gay closet and made you battle it out there.
Do not lock me in any gay closets.
Sword fight.
When did you get out of that closet? How old were you? How old when you knew?
Knew what?
Still doesn't know. Still doesn't know. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, my hope and dream is that we squash this thing.
Don't count on it.
And me and you are going to be sleeping in Astoria this weekend. Different rooms. I'll be with Mikey's wife. You'll be with Mikey.
Nightmare for both of us.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Maybe I won't be here, so Fez won't feel the need to show off and be Joe Tough Guy.
I'm not going to show off. I'm going to have a decent conversation, but I don't feel like I'm going to change my mind.
Do you want me to talk to Mikey first, Fez, by myself?
That would be nice.
And then I'm going to walk out and leave you guys alone?
No, don't leave.
Mikey D.
Hey, Ronnie.
Is this a problem that I do this every once in a while and try to get you guys back together?
I think it's pretty nice.
You're not at the end of your rope? You're not like Fez where you're closing that door?
I don't know where to go. I really don't. I've pretty much stayed away, and I hope, you know...
If Fez appreciates it, yeah.
Well, no, not if Fez appreciates it, but if Fez at least knows that I have stepped away, and I haven't called him, and I've...
You've been an adult and you've been a gentleman.
I've tried to make up for what I've done in the past.
You've been an adult and a gentleman, and now the ball's in Fezzy's court.
Nice. Now, I know you were on Paranoid Show before the government shut it down. How did that go, Mikey?
I thought it went well. I thought it went really pretty cool.
No, I understand that you blamed Keisha for some of the problems.
No, I actually blamed Brian.
Giant
for some
Brian?
of the problems. Yeah.
And you still think that to this day?
I think there was some sort of setup with him.
Yeah.
You know, because he's the one that called me and told me that you guys forgot about my birthday, and that's where it all started. You know, it's like he was the guy that kind of like instigated it.
I see. And then it all got blown out of proportion.
And then, you know, maybe I pushed too many buttons, and it wasn't a good time for Fezzy, and I didn't realize that. And again, I would hope one mistake that I made can't, you know, erase
all those
past
years.
things.
Yeah, all those years of fun and love.
I would hope not, but
Yeah.
I can understand how Fezzy is feeling.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just trying to be apologetic. I'm trying to say to Fez, I'm sorry, and I really am.
That's beautiful.
My fault.
Yeah.
It might be too late, Mikey D, for apologies.
I really don't know what a person can do more than make amends, though. I mean, at a certain point, you say, I'm sorry, and if they can't accept that, it's, you know, I don't know what to say from there.
Which is exactly what happened to me.
What's that, Fez?
When I apologized to Mikey D on the air, off the air about forgetting his birthday, I never got let off the hook. I never got a, hey, that's okay, man. You know, I understand, you know, things are going on. I apologized. I never got anything.
You know, you're right, Fez.
I mean, why should I do it now? Why should it be any different? Why are there different rules for Fez?
There's no different rules for you, Fezzy. I mean, I can't change your feelings, man. I love you, Fez. I've always loved you, man. You know, and it's like, if I messed up this time, and we've been apart for all these months now, man, and just...
It's crazy.
Just nuts. It's like, I would just hope that maybe we can start from just a fresh start. You know, just
like a new introduction, and put the past into the past where it belongs.
Let me show you that I can be a good friend. And
my feelings are still really hurt.
Over what?
There was a lot of things that went on during that month of March. After I forgot your birthday and you didn't accept my apology, then when Ronnie asked you not to I asked Ronnie to ask you not to come down for my birthday because I just couldn't have company at that point. You know, you went behind Ronnie's back. You went behind my back and called me and insisted on it anyway. And then, you know, that really hurt my feelings that you couldn't appreciate what I was going through. And Mikey, honestly, I'm still ticked off about your daughter calling. And the guilt trip of trying to get me to go to New York and her communion.
Fezzy, understand just this, please. Just try to, okay? And this is coming, again, if I was lying, if I put Lenay up to something, I would absolutely let you know, and I think my past history proves that. I swear to you, I did not put Lenay up to that, and I would have felt bad after denying her for so many weeks prior for her to ask you to come, because she really wanted you to come. And that's okay. I did explain to her, listen, it's not a good time for both of us, but you need to call because you want to call, and I let her.
Let me ask you this, Fez. Have you called Lenay?
No.
No. Her calling the show and asking Fezzy to come to the communion.
Mikey, would you have trouble if Fez wanted to call Lenay? Keep that going.
No, because you know what? Again, I don't speak to my dad anymore, but I never stopped Lenay from calling my father because that's her grandfather.
What happened with you and your dad? Did he forget your birthday?
No, man,
he wasn't allowed to come. He wasn't allowed to drive to Florida and see him.
No,
I'm confused.
It's
like
a
at
lot
my
more than
house.
that, you know. It's a lot like, you know, I've been lied to for a lot of years, knowing that I thought I was all Greek, but I'm not. I'm half Italian. I'm half Greek.
Oh, because your dad told you some false stories about
right,
his background?
And no matter what I feel about him, if Lenay says to me, Dad, can I call up Papa? I say, if that's what you want to do, call him. And she wanted to call you, Fezzy. I swear to you, Fezzy, no matter what, forgive me. Don't ever forgive me. Please believe me.
Right.
That was not me telling Lenay to call.
And Fez, Lenay is your granddaughter. You got to...
No.
I'm confused with his father and you. And
it's his father he doesn't speak to.
How you're related.
And Fezzy, she loves you. Even when we were fighting,
right.
You guys still sent her a gift card for her birthday.
When you say you guys, I got to admit this. It's all Fez.
Well, I know it's Fezzy that goes out there, but he still signs.
See, I was being cool. I was being nice. I wasn't dragging her into it. But the way I see it, the way I still see it, Mikey, is you let her call to try to humiliate me on my own show. And I ain't putting up with it, man. It's not happening.
If it was true, I would back you up 100%, Fez.
True or not, it happened.
It did happen, yes.
It happened. And someone, I don't know who it was, someone tried to humiliate me on my own show. And I wasn't giving into it. And it just made me angrier, and it made my resolve more strong that I made the right decision in just cutting ties with you. I wasn't going to put up with that. I tried to be nice when you were calling to come stay with me. I didn't want to tell you no. I was trying to think of your feelings. Ronnie had already asked you not to. I wasn't returning your phone calls so that it wouldn't be an ugly scene.
And I just wanted to try to be there for you, and I pushed too far, Fez.
Yes.
And I'm sorry for that. I am. I realize that, and I'm sorry for it. And
so to answer back, you tried to embarrass me.
I didn't try to embarrass you with Lenay. That's not... I would even take that out of the equation. That's not part of it.
I can't take that out of the equation.
The only bad judgment I had was probably not saying to her, no, absolutely not, you cannot call. And that was my bad judgment. But she had been leading on to this for at least 2 to 3 weeks prior. And she wanted to ask you to come. And I didn't mean to have it as a humiliation. She just wanted to call. And it was bad judgment for me to even say, because I did say to her, it's not a good time, but I've been putting her down. Putting her down. I'm sorry, that's the wrong words. Just saying, no, you can't call Fezzy. You can't call. Because...
Still? She still misses him? Still wants to call?
She loves Fezzy.
I know.
She loves you, Fez.
Yeah.
And that, you know what? Again, her and you are something totally different with me, and I would not do that.
Well, you've made that awkward, too, now. That I had to say no to her. You've made that awkward, too.
I did not make it awkward. I didn't intend to do anything like that.
I hear Jim wants to add something. Hey, Jim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fezzy. I listened to the last time that Mikey D had called, and I could agree with you then. When he called that time, he was saying, well, if I did something wrong, I'm sorry, but... if I did. But this time what I'm hearing is something different. He's saying, I realize what I did wrong and I'm sorry. And, take that into account, Fezzy. I can understand.
And I had that exact same conversation with him 2 days after his birthday. And it was exactly the same with roles reversed.
Right, but be the bigger man. I think he sees it now. I think he sees it. There's something different in what he's saying tonight than there was last time he called.
All right, thanks, Jim. You picking up on that, Fez? Because I kind of feel the same way.
No, I wasn't picking up on that at all.
If in terms of negotiation, one of you is saying, I'm sorry, I can't change the past, I'll try to be a better person from this point on.
Fezzy, you've given me everything, man. Whenever I've come there, you let me... stay at your place, man. And I so much...
And I feel like this is the way I got repaid.
What about this? Me and you go to New York this weekend. We hang out with Mikey D.
I think I'm busy.
Mikey, can I sleep in the same bed as your wife?
You absolutely can, Ron.
Thank you. And you can trust me. I'm not going to do anything too much.
I understand.
I mean, I'm going to do a couple things, but it's nothing. There won't be what they call penetration.
As long as there's no penetration, that's fine with me.
Thank you. Because I want to make this a classy situation.
And the house is beautiful. It's nice and clean just for you guys.
Beautiful, Fezzy. Beautiful house.
I will not be attending.
Oh, jeez.
I will not be there this weekend.
Then you got to get me abroad for this weekend because I ain't paying for one. This is one weekend I'm not paying. I've made up my mind. All right, let's take a break here, and we'll right back. Can you hold on, Mikey?
Sure.
All right. It doesn't seem like you've come any closer with this thing.
No, not at all. My feelings are still really hurt, and I'm not going to put them on some sort of timetable.
Can you give me a date when they'll stop hurting?
No, a date is a part of a timetable.
See, here's what scares me. I'm afraid that you're going to get this mad at me one day and just leave the show because something happened.
No, that'll never happen.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that. That's going to be a contract. The kind that you settle with the devil.
Here, shake.
No, because you spit in your hand. Well, Mikey, I just want to say I feel like you really have come a long way. You've got the hand out to Fez Whatley. Fez?
Again, I just want to say to Fez, there was something that I didn't mention before about Lenay, and that was also that she knew that you were coming in that Saturday for her communion. I mean, for Rory's party.
Right.
So that's why she asked you to try to stop by for her communion as well. It wasn't like, travel out of your way to come to her communion. She knew you would be probably in town. And again, that's why she asked. And I wanted to make sure that you know that. And again, Fezzy, it was not me, my man. I would tell you, bro. I would tell you, and I can't change your feelings, but I am sorry, and I should have realized before I thought of myself to think of what you were going through, and I didn't.
I can't change my feelings either, Mikey. You and I had a lot of fun together. We had a lot of great times, and that's why I'm so hurt and so mad still that somebody over the course of a month would do those things to me.
I didn't do them intentionally, Fez.
You made the phone calls to my house when I asked Ronnie to ask you not to.
I did.
You kept pushing. You just kept pushing. And you know what? And I just, I've always opened my heart to you.
You have.
And I couldn't, and that call from your daughter was the last straw. I couldn't handle it anymore. I don't get treated that badly by Billy Staples.
What about this? And that's kind of insulting. So let's take it down. And not Fezzy. I don't mind that, but when you bring Billy Staples in, we don't need that kind of name calling. That's like saying Hitler. We all know no one is worse than Billy Staples. We know that.
And he tries to start trouble with us, too.
Billy?
Yeah, he has.
What has he done?
When I was on Perry's show, he told you guys that I was calling Fezzy out.
Right.
And
it's true.
I didn't, and Perry's there, and he asked me, do you mind if Fezzy calls? And I said, I don't care if Fezzy calls. I don't care if anyone else calls. I'm here. And it wasn't a call out. And at first, I thought I didn't say anything. And then I actually took the clip of that and sent it to Perry and told him, you know what, bro? I was wrong. I did say that, but I never called Fezzy out. And I don't want anybody to instigate stuff between us. I'm trying to apologize to you on my own. I don't need anybody else stepping in between us to try to push us away.
Well, Billy's always been jealous of the relationship that you two guys have.
Well, it's almost like, people are trying to push further the anger and further the division between the two of us. And it's something I can't control. But I want to let Fezzy know that, bro, I never wanted to call you out. I never intended to try out. I love you, Fez.
Here's Sean. Sean, you're on Fez.
Fez, man, Mikey D, I love that. That was the best apology I've ever heard, dog. You have to. I mean, dog, you have to take him back. That is the best apology
What do you
I've
think,
ever
dog?
heard, dog.
No, this dog doesn't think that.
This dog don't hunt?
This dog is not hunting tonight.
For real?
For real.
You know what?
I don't like that kid too much. It's too weird. All right, let's go to somebody who knows about pain. Cheeseface. He says, so Fez is essentially putting the full blame on either Lenay or Mikey for not forbidding her to call. Either way, it's pretty messed up in his opinion. And that's Cheeseface, who knows about pain and knows about not being forgiven.
I blame Mikey.
You know, Fezzy,
and he said
I
he's
can't
sorry.
change that. I can't. You know, I understand.
And Mikey, I can't change my feelings. I could say right now, yeah, I accept your apology. Cool, great, it's over, it's done. And then,
really?
And then what do I?
Yeah!
No.
I was so confused.
And then what do I do from there?
You forget about it.
Dude,
you put it behind you.
Because I don't have it in my heart to hang out with you, Mikey. I don't have it in my heart for you to come visit me.
I can't change that now. I'm hoping that we can build later.
That's right. Let me tell you something, Fez.
I can't even give you that much right now. I'm that hurt and I'm that mad, all combined together.
But Fez, I've stayed away, man.
He has. And let me tell you something, Fez. We dropped the atomic bomb on Japan, and they forgave us. And I know, you're not into the chick thing.
They did?
But those little Japanese chicks, they are unbelievable in bed. They're little, so you need two. But they're unbelievable.
All right, I totally don't understand that.
Well, it's just that it feels good for heteros. That's what I'm saying. Mikey, I feel like you've put your hand out there. And Fez, do you need something else, or do we just say this is not the time?
This is not the. I don't know what would make me feel any different.
It sounds like you want a time machine, and we don't have one of those, Fezzy.
That would be it.
We don't have a time machine.
We can't get one.
What am I, a Wayback Machine? What is that? What was that?
Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Yes, I'm not Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Thank you, Fez.
But Fezzy, can I ask you one thing?
Go ahead.
What's that?
Feel free.
Please just think of, instead of thinking negatively, as far as things that I've done in the past, that we've done to each other, that we've shown our friendship to both of us, take that into consideration. And with one mess up that snowballed into such a big mess up.
It was not one mess up.
It was just a snowball effect. And again, I do say to you, I was pushy, and I just because, I don't want to come off like a stalker girlfriend, like it's been said before, but I adore you, Fez. I adore you. I appreciate everything you've ever given me, but think of also, that I reciprocated in the past,
you have.
And out of love, not out of that I had to. It's because I just loved hanging out with you, Fezzy. If you didn't mean anything to me, I would not even be on the phone speaking to you. I wouldn't feel this way. This is. I feel so strongly about you that. I just want to let you know that, and I understand if you're not going to feel that way back to me now.
You guys were definitely lovers. There's no possible way.
This is totally weirding me out.
Because I'll say this.
You out.
When I would have chicks talk to me like this, I would get so turned on. I love that kind of thing, of the comeback thing.
It's not a chick thing. It's a friend thing.
Oh.
And I appreciate your friendship, Ronnie.
Oh.
I appreciate Fezzy's friendship. Both of you guys are a different part of me. You represent one thing, Ronnie. Fezzy represents another thing. And it was so special.
What do we represent?
It's just...
Night and day?
It's almost like, Ronnie, you're almost like my bad side. Fezzy's like my good side.
That hurts.
And it's
wow.
It's just really something special.
I just want to say I went through a troublesome period, and I'm much different now myself, and that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm saying.
Really bad side?
I don't mean like evil side. I mean the way we grew up and what we've done and stuff like that. I mean, I can identify with Ronnie. And then
You were on Broadway, Ron?
Off Broadway. Way off Broadway. Here's somebody that maybe can help. It's Kathy, the therapist. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Ron. How are you?
Okay.
Good. Hey, I'm just checking in because I'm listening to this whole thing, and I just care a lot about these guys and what they're going through, and just sort of objectively from the outside listening in. And I just want to ask Fezzy, like, what it is that he wants, because I get the sense that Mikey gets close to it, but then he backs off and says, like, you know, come on, Fez, just think of one thing for me, or do one thing for me. Think about it this way. And it's like, Fez, I get the sense that his feeling is like, don't ask one more thing of me. Like, you are not in the place right now to be asking me to understand what you feel and what you think right now.
I would agree with that completely.
And I'm hearing this, and I'm wanting to ask you, Fez, what is it that you want? Do you know? Like, I get the sense that you think he just doesn't get it. He doesn't begin to understand the depth of the pain, and that this is not, like, the kind of apology you need.
You know what? I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know what would make this right, Kathy.
Right.
I have no idea. I know one thing, I would like to be left alone.
Right.
And I have done that in the last month, Fez.
That's true.
He has.
I've
have you enjoyed
not bothered anyone.
Loved it.
I'm sorry?
So, I mean, I don't know what else to ask other than that, Kathy.
Right. And I think you know, the problem is that everybody has, you know, can see your friendship from the outside. Like right now, you're in the pain of it. You're in, like, the hurt of what happened. And everyone else just has the history of you guys and has the history of the friendship, and no one wants you to lose that because, you know, people have the history, and Ron is invested in this, and Mikey D obviously is hearing it differently and feeling it a little bit differently, and it does sound differently from a listener's perspective and an outside perspective and an objective perspective, but I think that for you...
I mean, think of it from my direction. I'm on the air. We're doing a show.
Right.
A little girl calls up, asks me to go to her first communion.
Right.
You know, is using a sad voice.
Right.
And everything else. And I have to, you know, and I'm not gonna give in to that. And, of course, I have to be the bad guy in the air. I have to be the embarrassed person.
Well, I do think, though, that people...
Did anyone think of it from that perspective?
Huh?
I think...
Ronnie?
Yes. I think yes. I think it's probably just like what's going on. I think it's like a 50-50 split. I think a lot of people totally get where you're coming from. I think that's the big part of the problem, is feeling that like you're alone in this and no one gets what is going on and how difficult this is and how real it is. But I think the reality, Fez, is that people do hear it, because I think that, you know, there is a reality of being put on a spot. You're on the air. This is not a joke to you. This is not fodder for radio. This is your life. These are your feelings, your anger and your frustration and your hurt.
And I mean, and also, Mikey, you know, with the relationship, when you would call me on the phone and it would be an hour of, I miss you guys. I don't know what to do with that anymore. It's out of my control. I don't know what to do.
Well,
let's take the show to New York right now. Let's move. Let's.
Fezzy, that's not...
I mean, that was out of my control. It was, you know...
That's not meant for you to...
I don't know if that's more guilt being thrown my way.
No, that's absolutely not a guilt thing. I want you to know that I do miss you, man, because I do miss all the times that we've had together. I mean, I just got rid of my last Pathfinder, which was the Ron and Fez mobile, man.
No.
And I felt so bad, man.
You all right, Mikey?
Bad.
But I guess
because there was a lot of good times.
He's crying, Fezzy. A man is crying. I know, but he means of all the times me, you, and him were chilling in that thing.
Yeah, we used to chill, man. We used to, you know, go to work together, and it was one of the best times of my life.
Driving around with Fezzy in the car really brought the best out in Mikey.
But that's not to make you feel guilty, man. That's just the way I feel. And I just want you to know that I messed up. I did mess up. I pushed too hard.
Yes, and you embarrassed me.
During one of the worst months of your life.
And
Why, what happened?
My grandmother died, Ron.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
You know, Fezzy, when it comes down to it, really, I can only say right now that I'm sincerely sorry.
What more can the guy do?
And that's all. And again, bro, I understand if this is not the good time for it, man. That's fine. That's fine, man. I want you to know that. That's all I can say to you.
Yes, Cherry Noid.
Bezzy, were you already looking for a way to make some kind of a break with Mikey D?
Aha!
Were you already getting
I
kind
hope
of
not.
annoyed with him, and this was a convenient excuse to kind of break ties with him?
I always felt bad for Mikey D. I felt horrible that I forgot his birthday. I felt bad that I wasn't able to entertain guests during that week that my grandmother died. I felt bad about all that.
But are you...
I didn't want you to feel bad about entertaining me.
That's why I asked Ronnie to say it to you. That's why I didn't return your phone call.
Do your dirty work?
Yes. You're the bad side.
See, that's the thing that hurts me, Kathy.
Yeah.
When am I going to be forgiven? I did some things.
Have you asked for forgiveness?
No, I can't.
Well, then it's
I'm
probably
no
a long
Mikey.
wait.
I live my life how I live it, like Billy the Kid.
Well, then you got to live with that.
Whatever.
You seem over it.
You know. Brian, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, Fez, I just wanted to say that I don't think you're being very open, man. Mikey D, I want to say I am totally on your side.
It's not a matter of being on someone's side, man. It's just my feelings, and Fezzy has a right to feel the way he has to feel.
No, and I agree with that, but I just wanted to let you know that I don't think that Fezzy's being too open.
What is Fezzy doing? Kathy, do you think Fezzy's being open? I mean, she hung up over that whole thing of not forgiving me. You know, like, now I'm supposed to go around and ask for forgiveness?
What?
Brian, stay out of this. This has nothing to do with you. She said one thing to me all night. It was a backhand.
Yeah, didn't we? Didn't even find out if they're going to the Tim Harmon 5K.
Who wants them now? With that remark. If I went around and apologized to everybody I heard, I wouldn't have any time left. I would have no more life. I'd rather go to jail. I would actually be more comfortable in jail than going around apologizing to people.
It would be the same term.
And Fezzy, you know, I mean, I don't even apologize. You mean so much to me, man, that I just want to apologize to you. That's all I want you to know.
Fez, would you like to say the same if anything got out of control, or if you were a little too crazy that night that you were drunk, would you like to apologize for anything?
No, I don't feel I have anything to apologize for.
Well, do you accept his apology?
It's nice to hear it. That's great. That's wonderful.
All right, so everything's back to normal?
No, it's not.
Well,
I can't do any more than that. I don't have it in me.
Hey, Kath, I guess you got cut off with us.
Well, yeah, I don't know what happened. I thought you hung up on me, so I was like, oh, well, guess I didn't like that.
No. Maybe it's when I went to that other call.
Who knows? That's okay.
Although I think one thing that Mikey D and Fez and I all agree on is I don't have to spend my my life apologizing to everybody. But that's about me. That's about me right now.
True.
I guess this thing can't end tonight, huh, Kathy?
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I said I guess this thing is not going to end tonight.
Well, no, and
3 months isn't enough.
Well, I don't think there is a time frame, and I do think that Fezzy needs to, kind of look at what the emotions are and what are they based in, and is it heightened because of the time? I mean, he had so much loss at that time.
Yeah, should we pick a date?
I don't think it'll work that way.
No timetables.
No, I don't think he needs a timetable. I think he needs to be really understood on a really deep level, and I don't think that's happening yet.
How about this? August 1st.
Okay, August 1st.
And that gives us a couple of weeks left in the summer in case all of us want to go on a vacation together.
I think it's doable. I mean, I don't think, Fezzy is not, I give him a lot of credit. He's not slamming down the phone. He's having a conversation.
Yeah,
he's expressing his pain and he's expressing his anger, and that's the first step.
I've tried to talk this out, and I'll even admit this, that, it was such a bad time for me, and you walked into it, Mikey.
Why was it a bad time for you?
My grandmother had died, you know that.
Which one?
My father's mother.
Oh.
And that's the piece of it. I got to just jump in here, Fez. That's the piece that you've got to look at, is how much of it is, you know.
I mean, I had a lot of hurt and anger to begin with.
Right. So there's a little bit of a
and Mikey kept pushing buttons, and I can't get past that kid's phone call.
I'm sorry. How old was your grandmother?
98.
Must have came as a shock, huh?
Still hurt.
Oh, I didn't know.
It was still rough.
I don't know.
And some of that's probably still lingering on now. I mean, that's not that long ago.
What about me? My grandmother died in a liquor store hold up. You don't see me going on and on about it.
She was the one robbing the place.
So what? What's the difference? Hey, wait a minute. We're laughing at my grandma. It's a true story. She needed money. Drugs aren't free.
Oh, man.
All right. Mikey?
Yeah, Ronnie.
It seems like a lot of other people accept your apology tonight.
Well, I mean, that doesn't matter to me.
Cheese face.
Right.
I think, Mikey, if I could just, you don't even know me, we've never even met, but
that's cool.
I think that there's a piece that's missed here, and I think that is that there's a really depth of hurt that I think is really hard, and it's coming out of Fezzi's anger, and I think that there's a really deep hurt, and that's something that until you get it on such a deep level, how bad he hurts, this isn't going to get fixed. Like, he needs to know that you really get it. And I think that you get up close to it, and then you kind of pull back and go, but wait, you got to hear my perspective. And the thing is, I think right now, Fez just needs to get that. You get his inside, outside, upside, and down.
Should he butch up?
I'm sorry?
Should he butch up?
Butch up?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, is he playing too much to his feminine side?
To whose feminine side, Mikey D's or
both of them, actually, when I think about it.
I don't really think about it like that.
I mean, I didn't go to an all-girls school, but I have a feeling this is what it was like.
Oh, God.
It wasn't. It wasn't like that at all.
No, I think we're just talking about real pain. But the thing I would say to Fezzi, though, on the other side of that is try to think about how much of this was that that Mikey D sort of stepped into a minefield, and that a couple times he kept putting his foot in there, and, he's just going to take the hit for everything.
Mikey D was warned over and over not to step onto that minefield.
True. Thank you, Troubadoid.
I mean...
Paranoid.
He was... Never.
All right, here's Wayne. Wayne, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, Fez, I just wanted to agree with Fez, man. Fez, you don't have to accept his apology because, like you said, he tried to push your buttons, man, and then this is another way for him to try to push your buttons. And I remember that time you got on the phone and poured your heart out, man, and then he got his daughter to call. He basically exploited his daughter, to try to embarrass you. I just agree with Fez.
All right, things are turning here.
That's how I felt about it. That's how I still feel about it.
What's going to happen next? He tries to humiliate you one day. What's going to happen down the road if you let him back into your life?
Here's Will.
Then we excuse humiliation.
All right, Will, you're going to be our last call tonight. What can we do for you, buddy?
I think you guys should stay on the air until this is finally resolved.
I'd be willing to do it, seriously.
I know there aren't any timetables, but...
I'd be willing to do it.
Marathon it until this is all resolved so all parties can agree and everybody is on the party bus to go see Jethro Tull.
I would not mind that we end this thing with locomotive breath. And that would be perfect for me. In the shoveling madness. All right, Kathy, I appreciate
Hey, I just love you guys. And Mikey D, I'm sure you're a great guy, too. I just haven't met you yet.
That's cool, Kathy, and I appreciate the advice.
No problem.
The only other thing I'm going to say, Kathy, is you've never solved one of our problems. I don't know what that says, but...
I can't believe you just said that.
He's the therapist who does.
How rude.
I never can think of the Troubadoid.
I don't think my job as a therapist is to solve your problems anyway.
Well, one. How about just one?
How about just one?
I mean, just luck. On luck alone, you ought to be able to solve one. Once this should work.
Law of averages?
You gotta solve your own. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I just help you look at it.
Well, like you said, I'm a bad person and I do nothing, so...
Did I say that?
Yeah, you painted me into that box, but I appreciate it.
Oh, did I really? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think you're a wonderful person.
Well, know this, I hit women. So before you start name calling, don't think I won't leave here and go over your house. That was so
I'll see you when you get here.
All right. Hey, you're invited to be part of Team Fez this weekend.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything Saturday morning, it's the Tim Harmon 5K at the Fairfax County Government Center.
I know you don't like charity. You and Tender have to be paid for everything, but the invitation's there.
Yeah, they're not giving out weddings or anything.
I've got a bridal shower in New Jersey. Can't be there.
Sure you do. All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Mikey?
Yeah, Perry.
Just wanted to let you know I got your email. I'll be in touch with you.
Okay, buddy.
About what, Perry?
And don't come between me and Fezzy, Perry.
You were starting to.
I'm just
there for a while. You were
I'm
starting
a musician. I got to play every side of the song, man.
Since when? I never heard a lot of hate songs out of the Beatles. You know what? We've got to play the other side of this and do a hate song.
Hold hands, Mikey D and Fezzy. Bring it to an end tonight.
All right, Mikey.
Yeah, Ronnie.
We're going to let you go, buddy.
Okay, man.
We got to get going.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having me on. And Fezzy, I love you, buddy.
All right, bro. We're as late as Stern. I don't know what to tell you right now, but we're as late as Stern around here.
I think the junkies are coming on.
Okay.
Talk
I'm
to you
sorry.
later, man.
Okay, buddies.
Fez, anything you want to say to Mikey before we go? Like, I accept your apology and everything's back to normal.
No, I can't say that.
Mikey, we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Okay, bros.
Peace.
Love you.
Hi, you're on Ron and Fez. Hello? Yes.
Yeah, it seems like I'm nobody's best friend anymore.
Who's this?
This is Mikey D.
Lord. Oh, jeez.
I can't be Fez's best friend, and now, Ron, I'm hearing that Mikey Boy is your best friend now.
Mikey D, you and I were never best friends. It was always you and Fez.
Are you sure on that one?
Yeah.
So that's all over, and now Paranoid.
And then you told me this. You wrote me this weird thing that you had a dream that I was crying.
I had a dream on Monday evening into Tuesday.
Yeah.
That it was very vivid. You were there. You were crying, man, just bawling. And I came up to you and I started hugging you and I said, Ronnie, you've got passion, baby. And I walked away.
Now, was I crying because you were hugging me in this dream?
No.
You got uncomfortably close?
Seems like it.
No. It wasn't because I was hugging you. I hugged you after I saw you crying.
And Fez wasn't there?
I didn't see Fez in the dream, no.
You know what this might be? Fez is dead in the near future, and I'm crying, and then Mikey D comes and hugs me.
Let's try to figure out another interpretation really fast.
Well, why else would I be crying if you weren't there? Normally I'm crying when you start to tell that cane pole bit for the 19th time.
Maybe I was just out of town. Maybe it was something like that.
By out of town, do you mean dead?
No.
Because it's scary.
I mean, like visiting friends or relatives or something.
Well, you know that's not true. You have no friends.
I actually saw tears. Tears. And now I'm crying because I'm out. I'm nobody's best friend, and I'm off to a bad start here with Perry.
Well, yeah, you're nobody's best friend. You got to understand that. After what happened between you and Fez, it doesn't seem... I mean, obviously we're back to this point, Fez. But I know you're going up to the city this weekend.
Yeah, I am.
Please visit Fezzy.
Why don't you get together for lunch with Mikey D?
I got a tight schedule. I'm not going to be able to.
Whatever I can do for you.
What is your schedule that you don't have 5 minutes for Mikey?
I got appointments to make.
I could fit in some of those appointments in between.
You know what you could do? You guys could go together. Appointments together.
No, this is an appointment that appointments that I have to do by myself.
I'll drive you
solo
around.
appointments.
New Pathfinder, Fezzy.
Maybe Lenay is doing something, and you could go to that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there's some sort of guilt trip I can go on this week. A weekend guilt trip. Getaway.
All right, let's say before you and Mikey were a 10 in your relationship. After the fight...
Why would you say that?
Well, I'm just trying to set up a scale. After the fight night, when you were crying, you were a 0.
Right.
Where are you guys now?
I would say maybe a 0.5.
Is that it, Fezzy?
Yes.
I've stayed away, Fez.
So you're back on the board, Mikey. You're back on the board, the Fez board.
Well, at least it's a 0.5. It's a start, then. It's a start, at least. But I'll do whatever you need, Fez, if you come over and give me a call and let me know what you need.
Where are you staying in the city?
I'm staying by Penn Station.
No, you're not. You never do. I know where you stay every time. I'll yell it out right now.
Don't you yell it out.
Come on, Fezzy. I'll drive you around.
See, this is the pain in the ass stuff that I can't take.
But it's not a pain in the ass. I want to be there for you. I want to make it up to you.
I don't need a hug. I have no passion.
I've never been in a gay love affair, but like you guys show that it's much more clingy than the hetero stuff.
It's very odd. It's very weird.
Yeah. Is it? Maybe you should switch. Start trying to date chicks.
But
I think this is one.
I love Fez.
Oh.
What can I say? That's what I feel.
Goodbye?
Do you want me to say goodbye, Fezzy? I don't know.
Boy, we haven't moved along anywhere. Hey, Kenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fezzy, did you say 0.5?
0.5.
So you're telling them there's a chance.
There is a chance. Thank you. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Are you doing your show live Sunday night?
Sure I am.
And you're doing it from your house?
Yes.
Fezzy, here's the opportunity for you to go on internet radio where you can curse.
Ooh.
And get it all out there between the two of you.
I have a computer at home.
What's that mean?
I can go on the internet and curse there.
No, what I mean is on a show. On an actual radio show.
No regulations. Outlaws on the internet speaking their mind in America.
Brother.
Me and you, Fezzy.
I'll be back in D.C. by Sunday night.
Mikey, what are you having for Sunday night dinner?
For Sunday night dinner?
Yeah.
Steak.
Fez? What? You love steak.
Nice filet mignon.
I'm not some sort of cartoon dog that you're going to lure, by hanging a steak out the window.
Hey, look, I hate to be a stick in the mud. You two lovebirds can work this out Sunday night on Mikey D's show. Mikey D, you call Fezzy. I'll give you a little tips on how to run your show. I think you call Fezzy this Sunday and you get it all worked out on the internet.
Tell your boss I'm not part of this.
We're just about at the 2-year mark, Fezzy, of you going up to D.C. to see Mikey play with his band in that club in the Village.
Oh yeah, in that basement.
Yeah, that was about 2 years ago.
Carrabas.
Yeah, Carrabas. And you're like, oh, and I'm like, I don't want to go all the way up there. And you're like, oh, Mikey D's going to be there. Mikey D, let's go, Ron. Come on, we'll have fun.
Fezzy,
I was wrong.
We can relive the moment. Me and you could go to Carrabas. We can have 7 and 7s together. We can have souvlaki, and then I could sing for you.
Oh, God, it's uncomfortable.
Until you and Fez get back together, I can't pick sides.
I'm not asking you to pick sides.
But,
I am. Pick mine.
Well, I am on your side. By saying I won't pick sides, I mean I can't talk to Mikey. That's what I mean by not picking sides.
I like that not picking then.
I have an opinion myself, but I can't give it until you're open to it, Fez. You've got to be open to it.
I'm open. I'm closed.
Yeah. You've got to...
Not open.
When you want to hear it, I will tell you how to fix this thing. But you have to come halfway. You can't be at a 0.5.
That's as far as I go.
You got to get a 0.5. 50%.
Please,
No.
Fez. 50%.
No, I'm not there. And no one's going to make me be there,
Let
Mikey.
Mikey get some of those 7 and 7s in you. You'll butter up during the evening.
How about a nice rum and coke?
A little rum and coke, a little gyro, a little souvlaki.
I thought it was gyro.
I thought it was gyro.
Gyro.
Fez, I'm going to give you this one last chance. Will you meet this weekend with Mikey D?
No.
If you change your mind, Fezzy, please call. I will be here. I will not bother you, but if you change your mind, if you need anything, let me know.
I'm not going to change my mind, and I don't need a thing. I am fine. I am capable.
Okay.
Howard Stern, Donnie Mike, Bill O'Reilly, Ron and Fez and the Washington Redskins, 106.7 WJFK.